It's live has actually arrived. Look, we are starting our brand new save. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being patient. That has taken a long time. I was expecting 5. It was not 5, was it? Hello, everyone. Hope you are all good. Start, says Sheffield United. We are gonna start. Yes. How you doing, Merkman? Emotional, JA, James. You've been holding it down in here. I hope you're all good, everyone. We are about to begin. We're going to do some beta adventures. We're going to see where we can go on an Arsenal adventure with both the Arsenal men's team, as I've made Michael DeZeo, Mickey DeZubs, our new manager for Arsenal. And we're going to then also add a manager to the women's team. And the plan is, can we win the Champions League with the men's team and the women's team before the full game releases? That's the plan. Whether we'll do it, we will see. Why? Because that sounds like a fun save to me, and I'm interesting to go. You've been here since 5 p.m. Me too. Right, let's begin career, and then we'll go from there. Let me just save that one in there. That'll do. What a day it's been, and here we are indeed. Yes. Is this only live on YouTube? It is. Yeah, we're gonna do this first stream live on just YouTube, because it's like new and it's the game and stuff, and I want it to become a video type of thing. And then we'll probably do other streams across both Twitch and YouTube as well. Right. This is then FM26. Before I have a look through, this is going to be our men's team. Before we do anything else, we need to also go and add a manager to the women's team. And we're going to do a multi-club save, but the way that we do it is just by adding 2 managers. So you can do this yourself if you wanted to. Instead of being the men's team, we're going to go across to the women's side of things. I've loaded in, by the way, just England. Also, the USA MLS is loaded in, but I didn't mean to do that. I've loaded in a load of other leagues as well, but only as view only. So we'll go from there. So women's team, Arsenal are predicted to finish top 2, and we'll add a manager. I feel like we need to... There he is. Oh, by the way, I've made Watching Man. If you're familiar with Watching Man, you're going to be quite... You're going to enjoy this one, I think. But yes, late night... I know, Lates with Clayts. We're going to play some FM for a little bit tonight. Couple of hours probably, if that. We're going to see... I mean, it's 9 o'clock already, but I wanted to get into things first of all, didn't we? We have to start as we mean to go on. MLS mentioned you love to see it. Indeed. So, I need ideas, really. Who do we add as our women's manager? I feel like we should have a woman as our women's manager, right? Is that not the best thing to do here? So I need suggestions, baby. Watching woman. No, we can't do that. No, they need to be serious. Who should we create as our female manager? And for Christ's sake, how did a Watching Man make it into the new game? I mean, he's already there. Of course, he's already there. He looks hilarious. Oh, can I? No, I don't want to crash things, but he looks hilarious. I might show you him afterwards, basically. Watching Man is the GOAT. Yeah, we love him. Right. Any suggestions? Let's choose one of the female models on here. What about you? Yeah. You'll do. Definitely female. Like, what should we wear? I haven't actually looked at the women's clothes on here. Should we make her massive? How tall can you make a woman go? 7'2". You can make her still be 7'2". Nice. Let's go something sensible. Colleen Rooney. Jill Holt. We should do Jill Holt, shouldn't we? That's it. Right. Again, there's lore behind this. If you don't know who that is, gazing lady. I see what you've done there. We always have a bit of lore behind the managers that we choose to put in. Michael DeZeo, who's the men's manager, was one of our players, one of our new gens that we had in one of our journeyman saves. So that's what we're going to go for. She's a beast. Right. We're going to have... do you know what? I'm not going to spend ages doing this. Even though, actually, when they did the FM26 first look, they did spend a long time looking at the manager creation. Do you know what? I like the blue trousers. This is going to be Jill Holt. She, her. She was born in... Let's make her sort of older. Can I not do 90? I feel like I did that before and it didn't let me... There we go. 88. Let's go with that. Big Mickey DeZubs. Yes, indeed. Jill Holt. What a heel turn. She, her. She can be born in... Let's make her in... She's born... She was... I swear she was like physio at... Was it Bristol? I want to say she was physio at Bristol, right? Let's go Bristol. Nationality. Let's make her English. Justice for Violet. We could have done Violet, couldn't we? Now, let's keep Violet. Violet should stay where she stays, I think. She's a hero on the channel. Let's go with Jill Holt for this one. I like that one. She was a second-tier star, but she has been in medical, hasn't she? She was a physio. So we can actually put that. She was recognised worldwide for her physio work. What's the law? You didn't finish. Sorry, yeah. Basically, Jill Holt was just the physio that we've signed in pretty much every save we've ever done. And every save we looked for her. There was some more to it, I think. Leonie will be able to tell you. What was the rest of the lore behind Jill? But either way, she's a legend for us. She can have a pro license. Violet Dobson needs to be transferred to FM26. We do need Violet in there, don't we? If you remember Violet, by the way, and you're on YouTube, you are a proper OG. I know that there's going to be loads of people here watching that have no idea what I'm talking about, but basically any name that I mention, let's go attacking, is just part of like the lore and these characters that we've developed over time, basically. Inspirational, I'll just choose one on there, and that can be Jill Holt. And Arsenal have appointed Jill Holt as their new manager, 37 years old. I don't think you can change your save location, by the way. I don't know why that is, and I'm assuming that at some point they will put that back in. But at the moment, no, that you can't change your where you save your game, or you can't have folders either, which is annoying. So you just get a long list of save games, but it is what it is. I'm sure that is something that's going to come in the future. Right, we are in. Today, I want to get stuck into transfers and maybe also like try and get my head around what the squads are going to be, because I don't really know. I'm really hoping that there's going to be some people that can help me to learn women's football. I know loads of players because I've played FIFA for a bit, so loads of the players I'm familiar with, and I've watched some women's football and obviously the international tournaments. But I really want to use FM26 to kind of get to know the women's game even better. And I feel like doing a save straight off the bat is a good way to do that, isn't it? We need Isaiah Kundle back one day. The Kundle shirt is not that one. Is on the wall. The Kundle shirt is there. Right. We are, first of all, I'm going to finish off these things. And by the way, ask me questions about the game whilst we're here, because that's a good place to start, isn't it, really? Just Moneyball the women's team. Kind of, yeah, I suppose. Hello, I'm here. Yes, you are. Let's have a look at let's start with the women's squad. The women's squad is as follows. Sign Bon Matti. That would be nice, wouldn't it? We have got 3 goalies, Zinsberger being I assume, I've heard of Zinsberger, but I assume Van Domselaar is the best keeper here. She's got the most value and the highest ability stars on here. So I'm assuming Van Domselaar is going to be our goalkeeper from this point. We've then got Woburn Moy, I've heard of. Williamson, obviously, we know. Leia Cadina's good, right? Spanish international. Emily Fox. Taylor Hines. I've heard of Taylor Hines. Didn't she play for Liverpool, Taylor Hines? She did, yes. I think, yeah, she moved this summer, I think. Katie McCabe, I've heard of as well. She's Irish. Steph Catley. Nice Swanger, I've not heard of. Frida Manham, I've heard of. Cooney Cross, Kim Little, Palova, Chloe Kelly, of course, Mariona Caldente, she's good. Beth Mead, Caitlin Ford, Olivia Smith, ex-Liverpool. Agumang's still out on loan, isn't she? Is that something we could kind of like get into? But like you can't actually see that. Let me move out the way for you. Is that something we can think about in the future, bringing like Agumang back and then using her at Arsenal maybe? Check the dev centre for Reed. Is she a youngster? Surely he's signing Agumang. Well, she's here, isn't she? Is Alex Morgan in the game? I assume so. She's still playing, right? I've been watching Instagrams of Alex Morgan, by the way. I saw that Ellis did a video with her, and then since then she's on my I thought she was on my algorithm, and she was talking about being a mum and breastfeeding and stuff. Ridiculous. Olivia Smith is unreal. Yeah, she was really good for Liverpool. It's a real shame. She went for massive money, didn't she? Relatively speaking. Does it say it on here? Yeah, £1 million look for Olivia Smith. So we'll definitely be using her. Katie Reed, centre back. Okay, we'll have a look. Alex Morgan's retired, is she? There you go. Alessia Russo and then Black Stenius as the strikers. So let's do like a quick... That did sound weird, yeah. Let's do a quick like tactical setup so that we can then go into... then like basically decide who we want to try and buy and where we want to try and buy them for. I'm thinking for the women's side, there'll probably be less transfers. And then more for the men's game, and we can kind of like get to know the women's game a little bit more, maybe. What's massive money in the women's game? I guess anything more than $1 million is massive money in the women's game, isn't it? There's an unknown law that Villa sign a goalkeeper and the following year they go to a really good team. It's happened with the Dutch Arsenal keeper Hannah Hampton and someone else as well. Interesting. I like it. My favourite players, by the way, in the women's game, based on purely FIFA, is Diani, who I'd like to sign if possible, but I feel she's quite expensive, but I have a feeling she's going to be very good. I like Khadija how do you say her name? Khadija 2 Diani. I like her. I also like Grace Gioro. She's fantastic. She's outrageously good. Wasn't she like a transfer record or something? 1.4 mil London City signed for her for. And there's somebody else that I'm forgetting right now that I really liked, who was from there. Georgia Stanway Georgia Stanway would be a great signing, wouldn't she? So shall we set up in a tactic and go, what do Arsenal women play, really? Yeah, Gaori just moved there. Yeah, I thought so. What do they... Who's the other striker? The French striker that I'm thinking of. Anyway, Sam Kerr Elatoon would never join Arsenal ever. Yeah, we have to keep it realistic, I suppose, as well. One thing I have found playing the game is that I think it's easier to sign players this year, or at least easier to have players interested in signing for you compared to usual, unless that was just like an early build type thing. 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. And do you think gegenpress or like a vertical tiki-taka? So some type of 4-3-3. I like that. I think that's simple. Katoto, yes, Chotspot. That's exactly who I'm thinking of. Katoto. She'd be cool to sign. Somebody like that as well. If you could sign people that I know, that'd be fun. What does Alyssa Thompson look like? We can have a look at that. But let's do tactics first and then maybe do that. They play a 4-3-3 with a 4-4-2 out of possession. Very much like the men's side then. That's interesting. Marta Brazil, legendary player. Yeah, I know Marta. Right, let's do vertical tiki-taka then. They press high, really. Okay, let's go gegenpress then. If that's realistic, let's go gegenpress. And then maybe we'll do like a vertical tiki-taka for the men's side or something. Or do we keep it the same? In like a multi-club save, do you try and keep it consistent across the two sides maybe? They're great on the ball though. Okay, so 4-3-3 DM wide is what we've said. And then if we go out of possession, this is actually a 4-4-2 because those are DMs and these are wide midfielders. So it looks like 4-2-2, but it is actually a 4-4-2 basically. All the FIFA knowledge coming out here. Exactly. Go for Bunny Shaw. I feel like Bunny Shaw would be very expensive. And also coming from, she's at City, right? So that would be difficult to do maybe. Arsenal play with Russo and Beth Mead pressing aggressively up top. Let's use that then. Let's do that. So in possession, we'll play with a 4-3-3 and maybe we'll tweak the roles. Best keeper, Van Domselaar. Probably not how you say her name. Right back then. Who would start at right back here? Is it Katie McCabe or Emily Fox on here? I say have their own identities. Yeah, maybe slightly different between the two. That could be fun, couldn't it? Are the budgets and Arsenal women love a free transfer, do they? Are the budgets and values in the women's game realistic in comparison to the real women's game? I believe so, Jack. Yeah, so for example, Olivia Smith here, she actually moved this summer for £1 million and her value's just over £1 million. So I imagine that they are quite, I think, well, Football Manager do things properly, don't they? So I imagine that's why, so I imagine they will be quite realistic. Fox and McCabe to the left. Okay, so let's bring in Emily Fox here and then Katie McCabe plays left back. And then we'll have Leah Williamson and who plays centre back? I assume I would have assumed Cadena, but maybe not here. Cadena's wanted by Leon and Barcelona wants Steph Catley. Can kits be put in? I believe so, yeah. I saw people talking about that. So I've seen no reason why they can't be. That's great, thank you. You're welcome, Jack. I don't know what you said, but yes. Oh, the budgets. Yeah. Catley? Is she the starting one, is she? So what, Cadena on the bench maybe? Catley and Reed. Oh, really? No... Oh, so the youngster Reed is starting. Is that because Williamson's injured again, or is she just not starting to? Katie Reed's their starter. Should we have a look to see if she actually is in the under 21s? Ah, that's not good. Can I save it before I think we've just had a crash because I dared to look in the under 21s chat. That just popped up I don't know if you could even see that, but a serious error was encountered and the application will now close. So cool. That's a good start here, isn't it? She's injured Williamson. Yeah, she did her knee. I thought that was the thing. She's had a few like bad knee stuff, right? Leah's injured again. That's a shame. I don't think I saved it, did I? We're gonna have to do all of that again. Holly. Leah's injured, but Katie Reed's really good. Okay. Right, we're gonna have to load the game up again because we've had our first crash here. Annoyingly, I'm having real troubles with my Steam. It won't let me log in unless I'm on a Katie Reed is like a tall Leah. Interesting. Okay, so I think we did go down for a second there whilst I connected that, but it should come back. This is this is just Football Manager things, isn't it? Beta things. Good timing. Yeah. If we're going to have... I keep getting soft crashes when I can't continue at all and then I just can't move around. Okay. I feel like my frames are dropping here, but bear with it. It will be all right in a minute. I just need to load the game up again and then I can go off the VPN. Yeah, you're back. Okay, it should be... Once this game loads up, I can go back onto my normal internet.
Follow me. Okay.
Fun, fun, fun. And lasted longer than that, so he did. He did, yeah. It's all right for me. Okay, cool. It just says launching. It's synchronizing my cloud now. Oh, it's trying to upload to the cloud. Maybe it'll save in the cloud. I don't know. Either way, it's not ideal. I can see Lenny Dog. Lenny is here. He is here. Try signing a centre back there because Arsenal play. What do you think of Liverpool fans crashing out for like no real reason? Yeah, it's a bit of an overreaction, to be honest, isn't it? Is how I feel about that. I don't really get it. I think it's, I don't know. Maybe certain fans are a bit spoiled is probably why. And that's kind of why. Oh, I've actually got a load most recent career saved. So it might have saved. Oh, no, I did save when I first came in, didn't I? I just probably don't have the... right. Are we going to come back? Lenny! Right. Are we back? Is that still... Are we good now? I'm hoping that things are going to be silky smooth. Hopefully, we don't have any more crashes. I think I might need to go and add Jill Scott again. I do, which is so annoying, isn't it? Don't get him started. No, don't get me started. I'm actually pretty relaxed about Liverpool, so you could get me started. I'm all right with it. Right, we can do England, women's. Let's breeze through here quickly. Oh, I should have made... Yeah, okay, we've made her already. I can just start. There we go. No worries. All right, go back to match day. Let's get that tactic set up and we'll go from there. I'm a Liverpool fan. I don't think it's necessarily crashing out. It's more of a concern and lack of belief from most fans. I think certain people are crashing out for no real reason. Clean slate is my passion, by the way. Got one made. Interesting. Well, you're not going to do that. We're going to do Gegenpress for this, I think. And then let's go like that again. Surely he's allowed to lose a couple of games after what he did last. Exactly. Of course he is. Of course he is. Right. Then we said Fox at right back, McCabe at left back. We'll do Williamson. Now, do I dare try and get to the... Let me save it. Do I dare trying to get to my under-21s again, or is that going to crash things? Is the audio cutting out regularly for short periods for you all? It shouldn't be now. It might be... Maybe try refreshing because it might have been before, but it should be all right now. I'm hoping. We would have had issues because I had to go onto a VPN briefly. Right, under-21s. Okay, we're good. We're in the under-21s. Katie Reed is now in the first team. Is there anyone else whilst I'm here that I should be putting into the first team then, or not? Doesn't look like it. Play for 30 minutes. That UI is clunky. Going to take a lot of getting used to or updating. Trust me that you will get used to it, is what I will say. Filter to include them rather than click to their page. Yeah, we could do that. I think it's all right. Yeah, it is for me still. Stream's okay now. Okay, cool. Try refreshing then, I think. All right, so Katie Reed's in. How good is she in this game then? Where is she? Solid without being remarkable yet, but she's only 18, so maybe all right. In audio cutting out in intervals still. Ugh. I wonder why that is. Are we still dropping frames? I don't think so. For a bit, Owen, at the moment, not just yet. No one likes change, then they get used to it. Exactly, yeah. Audio's fine, my bad. Yeah, okay, cool. I think just try refreshing, because I think it would have been a bit broken. Refreshing the stream should fix it, guys. It's fine for me now. Try lowering your video quality. We should be back. I think the longer it continues, the more it'll be fixed, basically. But yeah, annoying. Katie Reed is in the team there, or is in the squad now. Let's go. Hasn't dropped for you. Okay. I can see why it would have done, though. So let's put Catley in there for now. DM. Who plays in defensive midfield then? Kim Little or Manham or Cooney Cross or Niswanger? Especially because they're not that generous with the ratings this year. Possibly, yeah. For an 18-year-old, that's good. Yeah, that's true, actually. I see what you mean. Let's put the ones we definitely know in as well. Does Olivia Smith play on the right-hand side? And then Beth Mead on the left, maybe. And then what? Russo through the middle? Something like that. And then Caldente in there somewhere. Something like this, maybe. Cooney Cross in the 6, you reckon? And then what? Kim Little in here? Something like that. Is that like a pretty regular Arsenal team, do you think? Try and sign some England players. We definitely will, yeah. So where should we be looking to sign players if this is the sort of lineup that we'd go for? Can I ask what would be your first save when the game comes out? I want to do... Why can't I find... There we go. I want to do a save. Is that broken for me? I think that's a broken thing. But there's the team. It's just the wrong way up. There we go. Please move the camera to the other side. I can, yes. No worries. Mariona, surely. Where would she come in? Who would she start for? Like in this at the moment. I mean, we've got... She's there, look, though. She is starting. Looks like a solid team. Yeah, right? Move your video. There you go. Something like that. And then where would I look to sign a player then? Beth Mead to replace her? No, she's pretty good. What's gone wrong here then? Is that because Caldente goes up to striker and not... I want Mead to go there. Maybe that instead. Then Mead goes to striker and Caldente comes wide or something. Yeah, probably like that, right? She's already in. She is. Wendy Reynard. She's good on FIFA. That's a good one. Ben had that issue as well. Interesting. Yeah, with the lineup. I don't know what. It's just annoying, really, isn't it? Okay. Are you not playing Chloe Kelly? I mean, Chloe Kelly doesn't really start, does she? She'll go on our bench, but that's kind of what she's usually used for, right? Right, so that's interesting. Let's go to have a look at how much money we've got. We've got 750k to spend. It says it here. You can't quite see that. We've got 750k to spend, and these are the players that are currently interested. Bunny Shaw is actually persuadable to be able to join us. We could get Miedemar back. We could get Alex Greenwood. Trinity Rodman is only 23 still. I thought she was way old. She feels like she's been around for ages. Is Reynard still playing? I don't know. Her, Mead and Ford are sort of rotated. Interesting. That makes sense. Lauren Hemp would actually join, but I don't know if we've got the money. Graham Hanson was great on FIFA. Mallory Swanson was very quick. Is she speedy? Not actually that quick. She was good. I swear she was quick on FIFA. Rodman was quick on FIFA. Chloe Kelly is good for the cameras to pan to on the bench. Yeah, true. She does have aura, doesn't she? Check on out of contract, some South Americans maybe. We can have a look at that, yeah. Pajor, Pop, they were good on FIFA. Gujaro. What about like, is there any like proper... Diani's interested. Can I sign... How do you say her first name? Don't sell Mead. She's a good player. I don't think I'd sell her. I think I'd have her as an option. Rodman would be the dream. Pajor, my FC25 striker. Yeah, where's Kelly? She's on our bench. Check Beaver Jones. She's class. I'm not sure that sounds like a real name. How you doing, Pringle? Welcome, buddy. Patry's very good. Yeah, Patry. Is that Patry Guiaria? That's definitely not how you say her name. There's Renard. She is still playing. 35. 20 jumping reach. She's 6'2". Oberdorf's great as well. I had her team of the season. There's going to be a lot of that, I think. Dabinia, she was good on FIFA as well. Marta's still playing. I had no idea she was actually still playing. She's 39. That's so cool. Just call her Caddy. Caddy Diani. Caddy Diani. I will go with that. Shall we try? She's maybe a bit too much. Sophia Wilson. Is she good? Because she's on a free. She's outrageous. She's on a... Should we just sign her? She's got 56 caps for the USA, Sophia Wilson. And she's on a free. Oh, Martha's also the GOAT, yeah. At Hegerberg, I remember her as well. This is just like FIFA names now that I'm just remembering. It's cool. It's cool. We will get to the men's team as well, I'm sure. I promise you. Aggie Beaver Jones. I'm being so real right now. Interesting. 213 caps for Marta, yeah. Can I see Puteas? Was Puteas on that list? 31 though, yeah. Should I just not sign that Sophia Wilson on a free? She's pregnant. Oh! That makes so much more sense. She's unavailable to play football due to personal reasons until the 2nd of 2026, which is why she's... I mean, should I just sign her anyway? So when she's back? That, like, Is she interested? So she's unavailable, and I assume that's the same for like Mallory Swanson, who's also pregnant. Wilson just gave birth IRL. That's so cool. So yeah, they do. They do. But I wonder if that happens to real players though, in the same way that like certain things like that wasn't ever allowed to happen to players in game. Does that RNG? Yeah, I have no idea. Sign her to a future contract. Wouldn't that just make sense? Give her some paternity leave money. Yeah, maternity. Right. There's Lena Oberdorf, 23. Quite cheap. Not quite cheap, but $1 million. Are our new gens... Exactly. The new gens, surely, then it could happen to. Lauren James. I don't see her on here, and I'd assume she'd be on here. Mappy Leon. She's good on FIFA. Marta. That's so funny. I didn't even cross my mind. Claudia Pina. She's good on FIFA at the moment, right? Maybe for new gens. Yeah, that could be cool. I wonder. That's the thing we need to check out. Do new gens get pregnant? Not honestly. Think back to when you first started playing Football Manager. That's not a sentence you thought you would be saying, right? A whole new way to do Moneyball. Yeah, I wait for players to leave their contracts because they got pregnant and then sign them on a free. Linda Caicedo should be good. Yeah, Linda Caicedo I've heard of as well. All right. I want to sign because if you asked me before the save who I wanted to sign, I would have said Diani. So I would like to try and sign Diani. Although I'm not actually seeing Ona Battier. She's good, isn't she? I can't actually see her on here now. Am I going past her name? Or just, I don't know. I'd like to do that. What if she gets pregnant and then births the next wonder kid for the men's team? That's Moneyball. Check Oshola, yes. Right. Diani's 30, so this is not a smart signing for 900k, but we can always do some installments, can't we? Miles did say pregnancy and menstruation isn't yet implemented, but will be. Okay. That makes sense. So it's, I guess, like, for the real players who are actually out at the moment because of it, it is, but yeah. Ella Toon, she's a good player, English from United. Yeah, I don't know whether we'll be able to sign United players. You went past it, yeah, I thought I might have done. Let's do... So what do they want? They would like 750 to 900k, Leon. If we offer 800, maybe with some next sale on there, because we're here for a good time, not a long time. Do you reckon they accept? 350k. Right. Diani. We're on the way. We're on the move. I'm going to press save because I've made some progress. Imagine a player who's not pregnant getting pregnant. That would be tricky. Yeah, exactly. I think it will only happen to new gens, you'd imagine, right? Because yeah, otherwise that's not gonna be a thing, I don't think. Right, let's continue. I've welcomed the idea of the women in the game, but I hadn't even considered... Yeah, exactly, Owen. Same. Surprised not heard a bunch of Alicia Lehman requests. Why would that be, Emu? You could try. That's where Russo came from. That's true, actually. That is true. There's been plenty... I suppose it's different in the women's game, isn't it? Like movement between clubs like that. Right. So that'll be a new striker, Diani. So we can use her out wide as well, though, can't we? And then... Did somebody say we want to sign a centre-back? Because that might just be the position we need. I reckon a centre-back or a defensive midfielder, looking at what we've got. Who would be... Right, in the world of football, for people who know the women's game, young, exciting centre-back, who would you try to sign? Arsenal Heritage to only sign players for free. Yeah. It's not going to be my type of save, that, though, is it, Nikki? Because he's a great baller. Of course. Yeah. I don't know. You suggested it, not me. Raphael? We need a DM, in my opinion. I think so, too, actually. Your weakest in DM, go for Hasegawa. Who's Hasegawa at? I recognise the name. City. Yeah, I think that's why. I think I watched the Liverpool City game and recognised her. Mappy's great on FIFA. She is Mappy Leon. She's 30, though. Let's have a look at DMs. Jade Rose. Let's have a look at DMs. Georgia Stanway is there. Arsenal. Why Arsenal save? Isn't it easy? We're doing Arsenal and both men's and women's team at the same time, Mason. So not really, no. And we've got to try and win the Champions League, which they've literally never won. So it can't be that easy, can it? Vanagas, Patry. Only sign them for free because they're or because they're dating another player. Nice. Yeah. I reckon we try and sign Georgie, you know. Bring her back to England. How much? If I do some installments here, they want between 800k and a million. Can you bring down her wage demands? What is like a big wage demand for women? She's on 3.7k a week at Bayern. Going to be a one season stay. Probably not even that. We'll probably win it before the season's up. It'll be that easy. Do you love Stanway? Yeah, right? If we do like 300k for her as well, that's our money on 2 legends. In my book, anyway. Let's do some installments. I haven't put any graphic packs in yet. No, I'm sure they exist. They might be out there, but I haven't put any in yet. She's brilliant, isn't she? So they want between 800 and 1 million. So I've offered 900k there with loads of future installments in it, and they'd be happy with that. So that's what I'm going to do with the Arsenal women's team. Let's go to Mickey DeZubs and have a look at the men's team and set them up in a tactic as well. And then that can kind of be where we start things, isn't it? If you win with men but haven't yet with women, will you be resigning from the men's team? I guess so, yeah. Get like all fully concentrate on the women's side. I suppose that is probably what we'd have to do. Let's do this then. Let's go to the tactics and go... Sam Kerr's on 10k. Is she? Okay, and that's a lot, is it? I see. Esma Morgan for defense. You put D11 faces in. Yeah, I'm sure there are loads that are pretty much straight out there, aren't they? 100% going to press X. It talks about accent because of the new AI. Oh, yeah. The UI will make you press buttons in the wrong places for sure. It's just going to happen, isn't it? Let's do vertical... No, let's do tiki-taka. Did you know what? We're going to be patient and do control possession with Arsenal. And we're going to do 4-3-3... but it's also going to become a 4-4-2 out of possession like this, I think. And then it's a bit easier to put the players in when we do this. And they kind of fit some of these roles anyway, I think. So, like, we'll pop... Where are the names on here? We'll pop Gyökeres in there. We'll put... I wish the names would pop up every time you clicked it here. Saka will play right wing. Who actually is going to play... Should we sign a left winger or do we just use Eze there? And then we'll do, like... I suppose Rice in there. We can change the roles a bit. Erdegaard there and Zubamendi there. We'll do... I like Timber. Who do we play here? I mean, probably for the future do Lewis Skelly, but I'm not sure. And then Saliba, and then the rest is pretty easy, right? For Arsenal, what do they... I know they had quite a big window anyway. Where do we sign somebody for this? And obviously we know the Arsenal team. We know the bench. If you could sign somebody for... Martinelli has been playing well recently, actually. But I kind of think we need to try and get Eze into the team somewhere as well, though. So maybe that. Yeah, control possession, I think, is kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Some of the best women's players have stats better than the best men's, yet they earn 10% of the wage. Yeah, but it's all relative, isn't it? Calafiori at left back, you think? I mean, I think Calafiori for now makes sense, but I think long term it's either Hincapié or Lewis Skelly, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't have signed those. Never save so much. Actually, I'm going to save again now. You're quite right. Sign a winger. Do they need what? They've signed Madueke, and if Eze's going to play there, do they need a wing? What do they need? They're a really good team, Arsenal. Where do they act? Like, what's the dream signing? Is it like Leao to play left wing, and then you can use Eze central? Is it like... That's what pops up in my head as what would a dream signing be. Benny Ashley still be good, yeah. You can get... Callum's only 22 as well, though. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But I don't think he's ever really a full left back. Or at least he wasn't when they signed him, was he? But maybe, to be fair, yeah. I know, but some people already have it. What's your OP tactic? I don't really have an OP tactic. The same things generally work, though, to be honest. Sign Frankie Bishop. I like it. Most complete team in the Premier League? Nah, maybe. Leao, Barcola, Semenyo. So like a left winger then, really. Let's have a look in and see. Yes, big left winger. And just we got 23 million. Do we just go quite big on a left winger? I mean, I wonder what the prices are going to be. I'm sure there'd be quite a lot. Left wing, Leao and abuse it a game and you can convince him to run. Yeah. Like all the concerns you'd have about him, but not really in this. I don't know if he's even going to... What are we on here? Persuadable. Let's go doubtful. I'm kind of... Yeah, he's there. He's fit. It's actually not that expensive. Calla is the left back. MLS competing in Capi is left centre back. Yeah. I think what I meant by that was like long term. I think MLS might be the plan, but to be fair, Calafiori's got the shirt, hasn't he, at the moment? You'll get up to 60 million. If we sell our clauses, we can get some money. And also, if we do installments, we could probably sign him. He's out for 3 months. I don't know if that's enough to make him fail as medical. Because if it is, that's a problem. Ferran Torres, 42 million. These guys are quite cheap, some of these. Gnabry back? Probably not. Jared Bowen will play the other side, wouldn't he? Mitoma's cheap. I'll tell you who I want to sign, chat. This is somebody I want to sign. Just because I think he's going to be outrageous. I'm going to scout him. And having some knowledge on it, he's going to be outrageous. Get Musiala. I think Musiala is too expensive. 130 million. I don't think that's going to happen. Get Gay from Palace. That's not a bad shout, actually, is it? Nketiah gets you another 14 or so mil. Really? Let me explore that, because that is something I'm interested in. Selling clauses. Aaron Ramsdale can get you... Can I sell that one? No. I can sell Aiden Heaven. 675k. I mean, for a beta save, I should just sell all of these. £14 million for Eddie Nketiah's clause. Keith Smith, outrageous, yeah. Open up Leao. Yeah, we can check on Leao and see whether he'd sign. That's outrageous. An extra bonus. There you go, Arsenal fans. Extra 14 million if you just sell Eddie Nketiah's sell-on clause. I thought that's a... Oh, hang on, what? You get 9 million for selling Balogun's. 10 million, basically. Leonard Carr be a good sign, and that's smart, yeah. Hello, Cav. There's a lot of money to be made by selling clauses. This is probably the case in all of your saves. Go and have a look in your save now and have a look to see if you sell on clauses, how much money you can get from them, because I have a feeling this might not just be an Arsenal thing. I feel like I'm taking the mickey a bit now as well, because there's another 2.6 million for Nuno Tavares there. That's way too much money. We've now got, it says 23 million, but I'm sure that's going to go up, right? 750k there, 78k. Lino Sousa. Didn't we sign him in DOF to glory? He was that left back, right? I didn't realise he was ex-Arsenal. 90k for that. Ballard, I didn't even realise was ex-Arsenal as well. 350k. I'm not even bothering with the small ones now. Although Brooke Norton Cruffy, we get 600k. I will actually grab that. 45k. Charlie Patino's 37k. Wasn't he really highly rated at one point? Player instructions are mad. There's a lot, isn't there? There's a lot you can do with player instructions for sure. Yeah. Once you hit continue, the money goes up. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. So with that in mind, we do have a bit more money to spend now. Maybe Dan Ballard was apparently Arsenal. Yeah, Leao's injured for 2 months. It's 7 weeks to 3 months at the beginning here. So I don't know if that's going to mean that he can't move. Do you think that's medical failing? If I scout him, does it tell me? Salma Basha, the left back. What a legend. Get Antonio Silva. Yeah, really good left back. Is it normal for the game to be choppy in the beta? Yes and no. There's what you'll find, I think, is like one day it'll be choppy, the next day it won't be, because they're always updating it and fixing stuff. And sometimes they fix something and it breaks something else. And sometimes they'll and then it'll go back and forth between the two. It is what I think you're going to find. There are days where you can play this game and you'll be like, this is the smoothest thing ever, it works perfectly, and then they're trying to fix something else and it'll be less good. Is kind of what I've found. So hopefully long term it'll all be fine. Just try, and if he fails, he fails. That's true. It's just whether we waste our time actually doing all of the business. Maybe. I feel like he was the main shout, wasn't he? So I swear I just went to speak to him and it's taken me to here. Okay, well, we've just got all of that money. We've now got, where does it say it? Still says 23 million on there. Okay, that's going to go up tomorrow, I assume. Let's try again to talk to his agent. Here we go. I'm delighted to hear. Doesn't mention the injury on here, does it? 57 to 71 million pounds, about 200k a week. Let's see if he'll bring that down. He will. Martin Fernandez and Quenda. Moment of silence for the wonder because we can't afford anymore. I know, right? There's going to be lots of them as well. Leao. Let's make a bid with our much money with some installments and see if we can get him done. Now, obviously, this is a bit unrealistic because where we start playing the game from, teams have actually finished their transfer business. So really, there's no like we're spending money that probably doesn't exist for these clubs at this stage, but we've got to have a bit of fun for the beta, haven't we? So let's do 15. Let's do 10. Let's do 10. What do they want between 57 and 71? That's 65. Oh yeah, the youth intake does give you a date now. It's really cool. I don't know if I can show you that straight away, but yeah, it does. Right, let's see if he fails his medical. Let's go for him. If you go to... I'm going to press save because I'm scared. Can you look for Leonard Carl? I can, yeah. It's double N, isn't it? There he is, 17 years old. And let's scout him to see what his potential looks like. But he looks quite good. Okay, let's do... There's a random release clause on the left for 2024, by the way. What do you mean on the left for 2024? What does Max Downman look like? He's not in the game yet. He's too young. Abusing play for set piece with the men's team is going to be glorious. Can I even show you? I don't think it shows you on here anymore. On my manager, I made my style like pragmatist, like play for set pieces and stuff. Formation 4-2-3-1, so you can play with a number 10. Yeah, we could do that, I suppose. I kind of think like you almost do that, don't you? What you can kind of do here is they start like this, and then what you want to do for like, I don't know, can you even do it on here? Basically, you want one of these to play as like the 10, so Erdegaard moves into that position, don't you? So like here, you can't quite do it, but with instructions and things, you can kind of, so when you're attacking, look, in possession, Erdegaard's here, and you want him to play maybe a little bit closer there. So with your team instructions, you basically get them to do that, don't you? When you were negotiating for layout, it said, consider this 150. Oh, was there a release clause for 150 mil, was there? Interesting. Rice has 19 corners. Gabriel has 19 heading. Cannot wait. We're gonna lean into the Arteta thing. The thing I hate most, I'm gonna become in FM26, because if you can't beat them, which we can actually, so that doesn't make, yeah. If you can't beat them, join them. Do you think there'll be a Serie A and La Liga license by the time the game releases? No, not by the time the game releases. Be cool if it was like they are working on it type of thing, but I really doubt it now. No. How on earth do you filter in tactics properly? All my team is bottom subs up. That was something that has been broken and has been fixed in the time that I've been playing the game. So I would not be too worried about it. I have no idea how you fix it. It's broken at the moment, but it was broken and then it was fixed and now it's broken again. So I think they do know about it for that one. Remember, it's a beta because there are going to be certain things that are broken. It's just that is Football Manager in beta, isn't it? Channel midfielder Tom is CHM. So he runs into channels and is a creative threat. I haven't actually changed any of the player roles yet, but we can in a minute. Is JJ Gabriel in the game? He's not in the game, I don't think. I think he's too young as well. Yeah. Who should we try and sell, actually? That's a thing as well. Not that I think we need to. Let me also go on here and put on not at club so that they're not actually at the club anymore. We'll go from there. Do you know what? Let's go and press continue. I don't want to speak to my club or my staff. No, thank you. Don't want to do introductions. I just want to get started. I want to see whether my bids get accepted or whether I can buy these players, because that's what it's all about, I think. Isn't that just Metzala? Lots of the roles are just kind of renames of roles, yeah. Hey, Clayts, do I need to have pre-ordered the game to play beta? Yes, you do. It's not a free, like, open beta. You still have to have bought the game to be able to play it, yeah. Right, Stanway, 825k for Georgia Stanway. Let's enter these talks. I don't really want to promise to play you like that. Wants us to win the Women's Champions League before the end of next season. Aren't we kind of doing that anyway? Like, that's sort of the plan, isn't it? Shall I promise it and maybe get her? I'm going to promise it, because if we don't do it, then I'm failing the save anyway. So she's on 3.7k and she wants 5k there. Let's do it like this instead. Is that good enough? No. 5k? That feels like a lot, but I don't really know what I'm doing in terms of women's money, so we're going to go for it. How are you managing two squads at once? I've just got 2 managers. Just add 2 managers. We've got DeZeo, Luck, and Jill Holt. Just add 2 managers and do it that way. Jesus and Trossard to sell. Yeah, you're probably right. You can sell either or both of Martinelli or Trossard. I reckon And if we get Leao, there's actually a shout for one of those two, isn't there? Or both. Jesus probably can go anyway. Who would play up front though if there's no Gyökeres? Havertz probably, isn't it? I suppose. Right, Stanway we've offered a contract to. Diani we can also offer a contract to. What does she want? Squad player. Love it. Let's remove that. And bring you in on 4K. Just under. Oh, Caddy Diani. My goat. That'd be cool. I just checked. Chelsea have scored the same amount of set-piece goals as Arsenal. I actually thought Slot was capping when he said it. Have they actually? That is actually a bit wild. I didn't realise that, yeah. Both Jesus and Trossard and get a young number 9. Yeah, we could do that. Right, Leao. I can offer him a contract. He doesn't want any promises. Actually only wants 160k, which is less than I thought it was going to be. Let's give him 150. No, let's give him 160. And let's just see now whether this gets cancelled. Francesco Kamada is a great shout for a striker. He's a bit... I suppose he could be the young 9. He's on loan, though, I think. So we can't get... Yeah, he's on loan from Milan now, look. So you can't sign him first season, which is a problem. Started to get into FM again after X years. Your videos really helped me get into it. I love that. I love that. I'm glad to hear it. Lots and lots of videos to come. That is very much the plan. But yeah, Kamada's really good. There's a few actually young strikers that I like the look of in this game this year. But I guess we'll get into all of that. There's a guy called like Jeff Ekator who looks quite good. Pio Esposito is very good this year again. Leao's clause has just expired, the one that you were talking about, somebody before. That £150 million one. We definitely don't even want to do that though, do we? Is Esposito unattainable? I actually don't know. No, he's probably... No, you should be able to get him. Look, wanted by Chelsea, 30 to 36 million. Be really cheap to buy him, considering how good he is. They got Bonnie, so surely they agreed to sell Esposito. It's true, isn't it? Samu's very expensive. I did a bit of a Porto save. He's very expensive, but very good. I mean, a lot. A lot is the answer. Doing an MLS save in the beta. That's a lot. Can you try and look at Esteval? I have had a look at Esteval before. I think I might have had to have scouted him. Oh no, we can see it here. He's very good, but I actually think he's not as good. And I don't know if I agree with this, but I don't think he's actually as good as Rio. He's very good. Rio's on a youth contract. Can I sign him? No. Chelsea Wonder Kid hoarding in-gate. Chelsea are going to have so many, aren't they? Wonder Kids. Right, let's just do that. Right, I want to get these players in because I want to kind of get to some... I don't know if we want to do loads of transfers first season, or at least maybe not in the summer. Maybe we do like a few and then we start to do a few more when we get to like January. Is the women's transfer window the same as the men's, by the way? Or is there any differences in it? Because that might be something just to consider. Viper might be a good option for a striker. Yeah. He's an FM classic, isn't he? Seb Ferdinand for 500k. I don't know who Seb Ferdinand is, but if you give me more than $1 million, even if it's over installments, he's yours. Done. You successfully negotiated a higher fee for a player. Thank you. They call me the negotiator. Just got a Steam achievement. Come on. QCSR, great, yeah. More or less, yes. I can't remember what my question was. More or less same transfer window. That's probably what it was. Right. I have no idea what I just said to the squad there. What did I say to them? Right. Martin Erdegaard wants to talk to me now. What do you want? Okay. That's great. So Saka supports you. That's great. Team leaders. Cool. Right. Martin, you're boring me. I'm sorry. Go for Rodrigo. Wonder how... Let's see what happens with Leao. Women close before the season starts. Okay, so similar, but yeah, not quite. Is the next button change your manager automatically? Not quite, no. It'll just go through them. Most of the time it will change them, but not always, no. Yeah, let's see what happens with Leao and then maybe go for somebody like Rodrigo. I have a feeling that Leao might fail his medical. And if that happens, then we'll go for... Can I just immediately say that I don't want to go to these? Can I just Can I give them to my... Delegate and decline. There we go. I know it's to introduce me as manager, but I don't want to go to press conferences FM26, I'm still not going to press conferences, all right? You can't make me. And I refuse to let you make me. Do you reckon they'll fix the spacebar so that it goes through all the inbox? I don't know if they... I think it's deliberate. And I don't actually hate it. I think being able to press continue without clearing all of your messages is only a bad thing if you've got, like, learnt muscle memory of having to do that every time. And once you get used to not doing it, I think it's a good thing. We're just doing YouTube just for this first stream, Marcelo, and then we'll be back on Twitch and YouTube for the next few streams and stuff. And there's a few like sponsors and fun things coming up on the Twitch as well, so we will be back on Twitch soon. I just thought because this becomes a video, we'll do it on YouTube to begin with. Joe, probably not going to be as great as in the first season. No, probably not. Is the in-game editor in the beta? I believe so. I think you have to purchase it as usual though, but I think you can. I don't want to break things here, but it was in the build that I played. Yeah, so show in-game editor, it is there, but I think you have to purchase it outside the game as usual. Thinks that's what it is. The muscle memory of wanting to clear them all. Exactly. There's going to be loads of that. I completely get it. Having played a bit more than you guys, loads of that muscle memory you will relearn quite quickly. It's not... Yeah, like you think it's impossible, but then suddenly you're like, oh, actually, I am doing new things, and it is kind of working. Let me pick the... Did that re-pick my whole team? No, I think it did just pick my subs, right? I know it's a friendly, but I'm just going to instant result it because... No, I'm not, because why am I playing Saka if he's a bit injured? Let's stick Madueke in there and do that. Can you save squad selections? I don't think you can. I don't think you can, which is something surely they have to put back in. There's no option to save it, is there? This is fun, by the way. Have you looked on tactical evaluation? It tells you... I've not got any, but I'm sure I've had it before where it tells you where things don't work, basically. Maybe that's just because I'm on the preset, basically, at the moment, which will change, and we will dive into tactics a bit more, but we're just in friendlies now. So let's build our squad first, maybe. Your team talk had a positive effect on the team. No, I don't think that's true. But we have won 2-0. Gyökeres and Rice. Is there anything you've noticed that's still OP, like jumping reach, most physicals? I've not noticed that the things that I thought were OP before are no longer OP, if that makes sense. Dribbling and having good dribbling, I think, is maybe more OP than ever. So bear that in mind with like the new animations and things. I think that might be something to think about. Right, do we have we've won a game there. Have we got any news on any of our signings? Not yet, no. Not yet. Okay, Palova has injured herself, so we'll send her to a specialist for 3k, I guess. What's this? All right, clubs join the race for Ferdinand. Okay, we've got more teams bidding for Seb Ferdinand. Has anyone heard of this guy? Is he any good? We've got an auction going. Oh, that's the one I accepted, isn't it? Can I ask for more here? Karim Konate is the thing with like players like Karim Konate and Nelson Viper is we've signed them so many times in old FMs that I'm kind of reluctant to sign them straight away in this year's. I want to find like new people really, because like even Pio Esposito was really good in FM24, and that game came out. There's not many players that I've not signed because that game was just the only game we had for 2 years. So I really want to branch out and play and sign like new players, and there's not that many because we also had up-to-date databases and things, didn't we? Livramento is possible to sign from Newcastle? Don't know. Konate's such a weird wonder kid. Sometimes he's good. Yeah. What, you mean in game? Sometimes he's not. That's true. Yeah, maybe. How I identify... No, I'd like to not go through that with you, please. Thank you. All right, we've got a friendly for the women's team as well here. We've actually got a few friendlies. Let me actually do that now. Let's go to... How do I do that? Is it club and then staff and then responsibilities? Let's go to delegation, go to match, and delegate friendlies to Aaron Dantino can do our friendly matches. There we go. 6 Arsenal under-18s is perhaps an indictment of how young our current under-18s are, that the majority aren't allowed to be in the game. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Even players that are making first team appearances aren't allowed in the game because they're too young. Rodrigo Moura is fantastic. Very expensive, Lan. Very good. Is that Lan or Ian, by the way? I can't see it on there. The striker merry-go-round was crazy this time. It was, wasn't it? It was fun, like everyone waiting to who's going to blink first as well with the strikers. It was. See if you can get the women's team to play against the men's team. I'm pretty sure you can't. That would be quite something though, wouldn't it? That's a video. But I don't think you can. You an Arsenal fan? No. Ekatike involved Walter that off the market isn't great. You mean for in-game to not be able to sign them? Maybe. They would have both been super expensive anyway, wouldn't they? I was waiting for that to continue and it was just on the screen. You have a happy squad is the achievement I just got then. Thank you. Good. Diani is coming in. 26th of July, which is tomorrow. We should get Diani's work permit and sign her. You've hired a new member of staff. I'm getting all the achievements. Leao, do they get the work permit first or do they get the medical first? I think they wait for the work permit and then do the medical, don't they? Yeah, he is. No, Nikki. No. Right, we're gonna. Can I ask for more? Oh my words, we're gonna get 2 million for Rio Ferdinand's son. Pretty sure it's not a relation. Ben Clarkson, welcome. Welcome to the farm. How good is Tatiana Flores? I've not looked at Tatiana actually. Ian, not Lan though. Lamine Yamal is a good young player you might want to take a look at. Thank you. It does not look like Ian on here. Then I was like, actually, I'm pretty sure it will be. Everyone else's names is in lowercase. So it looks like a lowercase L. Is Chris Rigg good? I assume so, yeah. Hilton Slee. Great. We're getting some new coaches and stuff. This is lovely. I'm just waiting for Diani and Leao to come in. Because if we don't get Leao, we can go for somebody else, can't we? And then we can build towards our first games and stuff, I reckon. Vicario to Al Ittihad for 40 million. By the way, Saudi still buy all your players for lots and lots of money. That's gonna be a thing, I think. I wonder if that will continue to be a thing. I don't know what I'm saying here. I'm saying that I think we're going to win the Champions League, I think. Hasn't got any game time whatsoever in the Premier League. Well, Chris Rigg, that's true, actually. Aguiman looks like she could be nuts when she's back from loan. I think that's just what we have to do for next year. Is wait for Aguiman to come back and use her. Oh, Diani's here. Yes. Diani for 850k is our first signing in FM26. You didn't think that would be the case. You didn't think I'd sign a woman first. Look at me. You signed your first player. That's my achievement I just got as well. Does anyone know if FM26 works on the Steam Deck? Chaz, not yet. I don't know yet now that it's in beta, but before that, no, it wasn't working for me. It was really like, you know how you can set your own like controller layouts and stuff. It was super clunky and it was not worth doing basically. But I think Miles did mention in an interview that it is something that they will try and fix or make sure it is a thing. So we'll see. You live across the road from Palmeiras in Brazil. Vitor Roque is the best player in South America right now. Can you check him to see if he's in FM26? He'd be an amazing backup. Vitor Roque went to Barca, didn't he? How long have you got left on your contract? 11 months. We should probably give Beth Mead a new contract, shouldn't we? Let's just do that, I reckon. 5k. It's a lot of money. Let's just give it her. Nico Paz, yeah, very good. Quite expensive. I don't know what I'm saying here. I'm convincing them and doing all sorts there. They seem happy, though. Is the second tier of women's football in the game? Yep. I think you have to load it in. But yeah, it's in there. Do all pre-orders of FM26 include the advanced access? If they're from Sega approved retailers, yes. But most of the time, yes. Holy airball, that Roque guy. No, I'm sorry if it was an airball response. Well, I know who Vita Roque is. Probably, I might sign him, but I probably won't, to be honest. But when we look at strikers, we'll talk about which strikers to sign, basically. Works fine on Steam Deck, but I did completely override the default controller layout. Okay, maybe it's better than it was when I first played it, maybe. That's good, though. That's good news. How you doing, Chaz? Welcome in, buddy. He was at Barca, but they bought him. FIFA don't have the Brazil leagues in. I don't know if FM will have the leagues in. There's a whole thing. I don't quite know what it is, but there's something going on with the Brazilian leagues and FM at the moment. So I don't know. I'm not sure. No in-game editor. You have to purchase the in-game editor. Right, we have signed Georgia Stanway as well as Diani. So we've made 2 massive signings for the women's team here. It's a record transfer fee for an English player. Shall I make sure that I register these 2? I probably should, shouldn't I? Diani and Stanway are not able to be registered, but I can remove some people. How long are you injured for? Who's not very good? And I'll remove you. Do we have enough players then here? You're 16 and you're 17. And if I put you guys in, that's fine. There we go. Are injuries fully up to date? Zinsberger tore her ACL the other day, and I was wondering if they're fully up to date. I can check for Zinsberger. I don't think so. No, Zinsberger's not injured. Also, there was somebody we checked in the stream the other day as well who is injured but wasn't injured. Leone also doesn't have his injury, so no is the answer. Where is Nwaneri? He doesn't play for the women's team. He plays for the men's. He's there, though. He's in the squad. Brazil didn't sell them the rights. It's crazy. I can't... Yeah, exactly. So you can't even buy the game there. I have to put my Game Pass in UK version to be able to play it. Oh, really, Ian? Oh, yeah, I didn't realise that was what it was. I knew there was something going on, though. Right, auto-include those. We wait for Leal's work permit, don't we? And then we can see. Can confirm Vita Roque is in the game. There you go. He is in the game. There he is. And he's 30 to 36 million. And he looks quite good. Can you show Lewis Hall's polygon? That's a very specific request, isn't it? Lewis Hall's polygon. There you go. No Cavan Sullivan in the game. Really? That surprises me. That says Saven. Is it Caven like that? Or is it like that? That's surprising. Is he still too young? Does anyone know if the graphics is good on Steam Deck for 26? I haven't tried a game, I don't think, on there. Right, we'll go to this because we've signed Georgia. Definitely not saying the right things there, but it's okay. I wonder how long before we can... Yeah, I don't know, Ian, to be honest. The answer to that, I'm not sure. He's 15, is he still? Okay, that would make sense why he's not in the game then. I swear he used to... with these updated databases, I'm pretty sure I had him in there, but it's probably just because it was a database. Oh, my words. Kate McCabe has just done her hip in and is out for... Does this mean we have to sign a left back? Kate McCabe is out for 3 months. Is he 16, is he? Yeah, there maybe he should be in there. Hello, Ollie. That's not good news for us, is it? I don't think we're going to have any money, though. So I don't think we even can... Look, we've got nothing left. As Ian Beale once said. Who's our other left back? If it's not McCabe. I guess Hines comes in, right? It's not the end of the world. Maybe Taylor Hines. Well done, Katie. Yeah. Arsenal have so many left backs. So, no, okay, maybe that's not a problem then. Yeah, looking at that, that's true. I'm going to put Diani. Let's put her on the bench for now. Can I do that from here? Where did she go? No is the answer. If I do that, that'll work. Where do we play Diani? I really feel like we probably shouldn't have signed her because the Smith's going to play on the right-hand side and we'd either play Diani up front or right wing, but maybe we can rotate those two. That's probably the way to do. You can play forward there as well. He'll probably get added upon release. Yeah, possibly. double American fullbacks. Here we go. Yeah. So, Diani in, and then also I'm going to start Georgia, I think, in there, and Cooney Cross can go on the bench. But we'll obviously need them at some point, won't we? Catley at left back, Reed in the middle. We could do Reed. Is Catley better there? Maybe, actually. Might be nice to just play the youngster. She doesn't look that good. Yeah, we've signed Diani and Georgia Stanway, Ollie, as the 2 players we've signed so far. I really don't think we needed Diani, but she's my favourite women's player out of the 20 that I know. So, yeah. Did they remove the option to save your starting 11? They have, yeah. I don't know if it's removed or it's just not back in yet, but yes. Smith can play as a 10 and does play there a bit. Yeah, it's how we'd even go and set that up, basically, though, isn't it? Where's Mariona? She's, what, here? We're playing her as just in midfield, basically. That's a weird bug. What just happened there? What? Did I do that? Why has she moved to there? That's surely not what it looks like. Okay, I think that's because... Is that because I swapped those over? I guess. I guess it doesn't actually matter. Because it doesn't actually matter, but yeah, interesting. Okay. My God, I'm blind. Yeah. Back 3. We could do a back 3 and just, get rid of one of the fullbacks maybe. What are you thinking of the game so far? I really like it. I think give it a bit of time. I really like it. Once you get into the flow of some of the things that are different, it's all good. It's because of the instructions. I think it's because when they do this weird combines thing here, but I guess it is because of the instructions, like Hines coming in. But I've literally only done presets here as well. Swap Catley and Williamson over. Where's Williamson even gone on here? Like, look. On my combined, I don't even have Williamson. Yeah, I know, yes. Swap Catley and Hines over in both of them. So let's put Catley there. That's fine. That's not the problem. Williamson just disappeared, though, because of that. They must have been overlapping each other. Because, yeah, weird. Weird. Is it possible to make the text bigger? I feel like I need a magnifying glass. You can. Because I'm on a 4K monitor, so it might be a bit different for me. The problem is I'm on large, and if I go to larger, I'll show you, most of it overlaps, look, and I know that I can make some of these bigger, but there's loads of like menus where you don't get the full word in. So it's kind of like, for me, you need to go with large, but it's to do with resolution and screen sizes and things. I think you always need to swap players in combined or it messes up. I think you're probably right. But it did mess up then. Rather than it, I don't mind if it's an accurate representation of what you've just done if you've made a mistake. But then I just lost a player. It just wasn't on there, was she? I've no idea how to find anything on this game. You won't for a bit, Phil, but you will. You will actually get used to it, I think. So that's the women's team. We're just going to wait for Leao and then we'll make a decision what to do there and maybe try and sign a few, maybe try and sign some youngsters maybe. We're trying to sign Rafa Leao for the men's team. We've also got a bid here for Osman Kamara, who I also don't know who that is. So we'll say yes. Julia Torres, centre-back. Claire Hutton, CDM. Okay. LCB is the average of RCB and LCB, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what would happen. They would have been laid underneath the other one, so you couldn't see them. Judging that the Women's League don't have many tall players, it might be good to get a tall CB. That actually might not be a bad idea. Do you reckon we could really go full Arteta on the women's team and sign the tallest female centre-back and just score headers? So it might be like Wendy Reynard or something. Who is... Now I'm intrigued. Who is actually the tallest... Can I add a condition here? Let's go to... How do I do this? Is it not on general? Height is at least 6'2". There's two. Renard and Marissa Jordan. Marissa Jordan is much... She's a goalie. I guess we're going to have to sign Wendy. Big Wendy. She's 6'2" with 20 jumping reach, though. Can you imagine? I know she's 35 and not for sale, but I guess we could check if there's any more that have 20 jumping reach. But there's not going to be many that beat her in the air, is there? Yeah, Katie Reed kind of is that. I don't think she's that good yet, though. I don't think the German national team does work properly yet, Ethan. So she actually would join if we could convince her. Seeing you breeze through the interface with your experience gives the confidence that we'll soon get very used to it. Yeah, please use that as a bit of inspiration, chat. Can you notice there are a few bits where I'm like, how do I find this? But most of the time, because I've played for a bit longer, most of the time I'm like, click, click here, 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 and you will be able to do it. So take that as a bit of confidence. It doesn't take that long. I don't even know what her value is at all. Okay, they'd accept $1 million. I don't have $1 million. I haven't got any money, but I wanted to kind of know what they would accept. So they would accept $1 million. Can we ask for 5 million? That's not too bad. I mean, she's 35, but they'd accept $1 million. Wubben Moy is Arsenal's tallest player. How tall is Wubben Moy? General height 5'11". Katie Reed is 5'11". So do we just bring Katie in? She's only got 13 jumping reach, though. I'm not going to lie to you, Risky. I've not even looked at training, to be honest. Hunter, no, I don't support Arsenal. How do you sort... is Wolfgang Rolf on the game? Let's check, John. Is that even his name, or was it Wolf? Your boy, Wolfgang. He's not on there. But Fridolina Rolfo is on there. And remember when you could do like a mad bit of skill on FIFA with Rolfo? And like where they like you did like a spin and then they flicked it up and it got caught on like the back of their leg and you could just run it into the net. Do you remember that? Because she had 5-star skills so she could do it, or like whatever build she was or something. No, Phil, just to be fair, the last couple I've done it just because it's like launch and because it becomes a video, so that's kind of why. But I don't stream loads actually. Yes, she's insane. Yes, she's very good. Is there a staff responsible page this? Yeah, there is a staff responsibilities. If you go to club, if you go to staff, you then click on this card here, responsibilities, and it's actually a really nice setup this year. If you go to delegation, you can just go through everything, but you can also see what each member of staff is responsible for. Yeah, Trickster Plus and the Trickster Plus glitch. Exactly, that one. That was class. Everything over 12 bar flare. Wow. Yeah, that's she's a good player. We haven't got any money. I've spent all the money on the women's side, so is there anyone I could sell maybe? Ooh, I think we're going to get Leao. They've not cancelled it, even though he's out for 3 months. We're going to get Leao for £31 million. We've made a signing for both teams. You bought a player for £50 million or more is the achievement I just got. So that's exciting, isn't it? That's very exciting. Do you choose sat percentage when Wednesday games or leave it? What does that mean? I don't change anything about when games fixtures are, no. If you have Kadena, sell her. We do have Kadena. Why should I sell Leia Kadena? But we could do. Have you noticed if AI transfers are better in terms of what they offer for your players? I feel like you get good value. I feel like it's quite easy to sell players. To be honest, my that United video that I did, I was able to sell quite a lot of players relatively easily. A lot of Saudi offers, but there was quite a lot. Saturday and Wednesday games. No, I don't do that. I just leave it the same. How'd you get Leao that cheap? It's future installments. Don't panic about it. It's for about 70 million in the end, but I did it on installments. She's like 5th choice and could get decent-ish money. No, Leia Kadena is the media officer. She's allowed to stay. I mean, let's go down my list here of who doesn't play, I suppose. We could get okay money for Manham. I mean, Rosa Caffergy is out on loan and's quite good. How long's Palova? Palova, maybe. Blackstenius. Leia Kadena's not that expensive, although she is, yeah, I mean, she is wanted as well, actually. How good's Norgard? I haven't looked at Norgard, actually. I've got bad news, Ian, about auctions. I don't think auctions are viable or are going to work. Yeah, I sold all the transfer clauses, Jordan. I don't think it's going to happen. KCC on the bench. Arsenal Twitter will kill you. Yeah. At the moment, she is. Just because I signed Georgia Stanway, though. So maybe we could use Cooney Cross in midfield instead. They're all going to play. They're going to rotate. It's going to be fine, all right? Yeah, clauses are wonderful. You made 70 million selling Wolves clauses. That's going to be a nice little start to every save, isn't it? Just sell all the clauses. I think I'm going to do what Ollie said then and see if Bayern Munich will sign Leia Cadena for 400k from us. Because if they do, that's really good money. I didn't mean to do intermediary, but I'm going to do it. Okay, I didn't mean to click that. I meant to click that one. Couple of teams prepared to make an offer. Let's do that. You love KCC. She's so creative. Yeah, Joe, but we might do that. I will put real faces and stuff in at some point. For now, it's the beta, so I'm not really in any rush to do it for now. If Norgod is not good enough, you just try and sign another DM. That's true. That's something to think about. Anybody else in this women's team that we could sell? You're a goalkeeper. Caitlin Ford. She's 30. She's got good value. She's not wanted, though. Steph Catley's wanted. KCC is your GOAT. Okay. Sign Pernille Harder. So where do I need to play Cooney Cross then? Like, how am I going to get them all in the team? What would you do then, Nikki? Ollie even as well. Both of you know what you're talking about. What would you do with this setup here? Looking at it in possession. What would you do with this setup here? Who would you be taking out to bring in? Like Little out and Cooney Cross in? Something like that. You could play like two deeper midfielders and play Caldente in front of them maybe. Advanced forward's dead. Advanced forward's still a thing. Is it still a thing? Actually, I don't know if it is. I think you might be right. I feel like it... No, yeah, you're right. There's no advanced forward anymore. KCC, Stanway, Mariona. So like that. Or would you play Cooney Cross deeper? Little should be on her way out anyway. Shall I sell Kim Little then? She's 35. I don't know if anyone's going to buy her. I can sense your desperation. Dropping Little should be illegal. This is what I'm talking about. You can't win. There's not enough spots in the team. Nobody's allowed to be dropped. That definitely just broke for a second as well then, didn't it? Anyone on of any value in the women's under 18s? Just the centre back. I also, by the way, this isn't how this is supposed to be. I'm supposed to bring in you into there, right? That's how I was going to do it. I'm kind of liking how the game looks. It's good. The game is good. It will take some getting used to, but it is. I think it does look nice. It's a little bit like there are a few little broken bits on it, but yeah. You should look at the outer contract women who are not pregnant and available for you to bring to the bench. Then you can sell players who they would replace. That's probably smart. I'm tempted to sign all the players that are out because they're pregnant for free. The under 18s don't exist for the women, or it's a bug. Yeah, there is no under 18s. There is only and under 21s, and that did crash my game earlier. And do you know what? I haven't saved in a while, so I'm going to save it now because that's a good point. Complete forward and advanced forward gone. Yeah, you've got centre forward, channel forward, poacher, deep line forward, target forward. The out of possession roles, by the way, they are outrageous. There's so many like weird name ones. Splitting outlet, centre forward, for example. Liverpool have a clause for Darwin worth 50 million, do they? I suppose they're not even clauses. They're just future things that... Why can you sell them all? That's going to be so overpowered, isn't it? You're still on the first page. Nice. Can I ask a question? Does it say Lauren is sister to Reese like it would for male to male? That's a good question. Let's check. Yeah, Matt. So they don't get... I signed a load of pregnant players. FM26. Yeah, I think Channel Forward's advanced forward, yeah. Barcelona have some really good young players, the female team. Yeah, there's loads of players, look. So whilst I'm on the women here, there are loads of players that are on free transfers. If I come out of here that are, I don't need to see tall players. There's loads of free transfers. I spotted, who is it? Wilson, right? Sophia Wilson. I was like, oh my God, she's a free transfer. Look how good she is. And then I was like, oh, she's unavailable for a bit. She had a baby literally the other day. She can't play until the 2nd of February. But can I try and sign her? Because you can. That's a lot of wages to pay, but she's good. She's good. I'm getting her in February. Just sell her for loads. I'm just moneyballing pregnant ladies. Well, that is... Someone changed the title of the stream. She's really good, though, look. So she's unavailable. Mallory Swanson's also on a free because she's pregnant. So it just comes up here, look, due to personal reasons. How long till? The 1st of May 2026. Do I sign them now, though? I assume you sign them now and then have to keep paying for them. She'll complain about not playing enough when she comes back. I mean, possibly. That is an insane thing to say. Yes. Yes, it is. One day of the beta we're finding pregnancy loopholes. I mean, listen, if you present me with players of that quality for free, I'm signing them. It's a bit like I would have signed, like, you know, when they put Pogba back in the game or in like an updated database, I was like, I'm having him. Then when he comes back from his, I think actually Mudrik's also still in the game. He's not pregnant, although maybe he is. Mudrik is suspended until next season, so he's out for a year, look, but he is still in the game. FM26 is class. Enjoying myself here. Nice. I'm going to sign every pregnant lady and make a pregnant 11. Right. Let's go all offers. Leia Cadena 4. Let's see if we can get a bit more money off Man City here. 500k? No. Okay. Let's go for... That's annoying. So you can't... Well, I don't think you can. I can't do it now, obviously, but I don't think you could have done anyway. I might still accept this. 200k is 200k still, isn't it? And we can use that then in installments and do it. How long do you plan to be on, Clayts? I mean, not too much longer. I'm not going to lie to you. Maybe about another half an hour, something like that. We've signed Leao, by the way. Which is cool. But yeah, we're on what, like 10:30? So probably till about 11, to be honest, was my plan. Do a couple of hours type of thing. Right. Leao is an Arsenal player. Let's give him a number. Is Reece Nelson still at the club, by the way? No, he's out on loan. Okay, I was going to say, we came up there as if he was still at the club. Is Max Dalman not in it? No, he's too young. Right, where is he? Leao. Let's give him 83. That's going to annoy people. Sometimes when there's not like a good number available, I give them like a really big number and then make it seem like it's like some type of personal thing that they like, that number. So he has that. Let's register him. Our number 83. Rafael. Tend him to learn some English and get him on our training camp and get Bukayo Saka to say hello. Seb Ferdinand. So here we go, Ollie. Let's try it. So we've got some offers here for Seb. I don't like this screen. How do I get to view all offers? For Seb Ferdinand. Oh, I can. I think that's new. Before I couldn't cancel these deals, but that might be because they went through a while ago. So you could auction, but you might have to wait longer in between. So here, technically, I could cancel this 1.5 million pound offer and leave the 2 million on there. So kind of technically it is still a thing, isn't it? Let's see if we need to get this one above 2 million if it's going to be accepted. So let's just get rid of everything else and put 2 million in there. No, above 2 million. So they've said no. Same for this one. So no. I think I've accepted that one already, but let's just leave that one. Then you kind of can do it, but not quite. Paraluelo's good, yeah. Paralueo. I look at their old numbers on Transfermarkt and give them something that would make sense. Yeah, that's smart. If you got I'm kind of rushing through because it's beta. You know when you're playing on your own and you're micromanaging everything. Yeah, exactly. I now couldn't reject that Burnley bid because I've only just accepted type of things. It's not quite the same for sure. How come Burnley don't have a badge? I don't know. Do they not? They do. That is Burnley's badge. Did they not have it in the transfer screen? Or did it just look like that? Sal Trossard and Hazes. Yeah, we could do that as well. Right. Leao in. That's cool. Camera. fine. Shall I try and sell a couple of our squad players here then? Timber's wanted by PSG. Norgon. Trossard. Let's offer him out. Let's see if... I assume there's no interest. There's not. Let's offer him to... see if an intermediary can find us a bid. They can't. Okay. So if I transfer list... What's his... Do you know, I'll leave it like that and just transfer list him and go from there. Spent 2 hours doing tactics, offered everyone out, then realised got attribute masking on. Nice. Nice. Oh, what? The Burnley badge just looks like a default badge. It does. It does, to be fair. That is just literally their badge, though. Right. Any other... Why have I still got these guys on here? Let's get rid of those lads. Gone. Any other players that I want to sell? Maybe Jesus, but he's not going to go whilst he's injured, is he? He's still out for... He won't even do a medical, so I think we're going to be stuck with him for a bit, aren't they? Don't sell Timber, whatever come May. No, I like Timber, to be fair. I don't think there's really anyone we can sign in there. Anyone in the 21s that we could sign or sell, sorry. No. Seb Ferdinand, we are selling already. Under 18s, no. Let me drop a save. How's the panel customization? Non-existent, Chris. And that is a massive, massive thing that they need to basically do. One thing that wasn't customizable at all at one point was the squad screen here. There was a time where you couldn't put... I've put like height in here, look, where you couldn't customize this, but they've put that in since. So I'm really hoping that things like... If you go to your portal, you should be able to change these cards and these panels, but... you can't at the moment. You just can't. You can set your bookmarks up here. That's basically the only thing that you can actually do, really. I could get it on Game Pass, but I'm too impatient. I want to play now. But you have to buy it then, won't you, really? You'll have to buy it. Timber isn't 6 foot. Get him out. Yeah, I agree. Right, let's do that. I've delegated it, but you still have to go to the first one when you delegate it, which is a bit annoying, but we move. I hope there'll be many new skins that make it look pretty. I think it looks pretty good, to be honest. I don't... Again, maybe just because I'm used to it, but I feel like it looks quite nice, and I feel like quite used to it. But yeah, it definitely is going to take a while. I sold a player. Who did I sell? Ferdinand. I think people have added face packs. Yeah, I haven't yet. I'm pretty sure other people have. By the way, could you do me a favor and like the stream if you haven't done so already? It really helps when this becomes a video on the channel. That'd be lovely. Thank you. Hey, justice for the short kings. I'm sorry. That wasn't me who said it, to be fair, it was Ollie. Players look so much more natural when going for a header. Some of the we need to get to a game, don't we? Some of the actual little animations do look really... it's like a breath of fresh air. You see them do something, you're like, oh, that's so much better. There's still a few bits that I'm like, that looks clunky and stuff, but so many a lot better. Is there an overview for games from the under 21s and B teams anymore? I don't know. Will we be making more Premier Manager vids? I don't know, Chaz, actually. Probably not for the foreseeable, I won't lie. Just because this game's out now and my focus is going to be here, but it was really good fun, actually, playing that game for a bit. And playing old games is something that... Yeah, for sure at some point. I've got a bit of an idea and a plan for stuff very similar to that. I would never judge women by their looks. No, of course not. Erdegaard Gyökeres link up has me salivating. We're so back. Well, that's made me feel sick. Right. Confirm the squad numbers. Because, yeah, whatever. Lanch. He's called you Lanch. That's worse than me calling you Lan. Right, is the game engine the final one to make it into the full game, or will there be still updates before full release? I imagine there'll still be some updates. In terms of engine, probably not, but things like fixing bugs and stuff, there'll definitely still be loads of updates. Even after full launch, I think there'll still be like hot fixes and fixes for stuff, because there's still a few little bits that need sorting. Yeah, I did see that actually. It didn't show meaningful numbers, did it? You're right. That's true. Right, Hincapie's back from injury, and I think I just saw on the women's side something interesting. I think we're about to get Is it Sophia Wilson or Sophie Wilson? I can't remember, but I think we're about to get one of them. We've got a friendly that I need to go and sort out here. Let's go to staff. By the way, Clayts, the photo in my profile is from the gym inside Palmeiras. I am a member of the club there and train there 3 times a week. That is why there's a lot of green in there. Very nice. That's very cool. I can't actually see it. It's tiny on my screen here, but that's cool. Nice. You should try Championship Manager 0102 someday. Well, Chaz, look. I'm going to show off now, chat. How many of you could do this? Hang on. Hang on. Look at this. Completed it, mate. That's everyone up to 2019, and then it's very hard to get any discs for those games. But the reason that I shown you that is also this, look. And I actually, you can see where I put my coffee cup on top of there. Yeah, there's also that look, which is pretty cool to have. And I bought. Is it plugged in? I think it's plugged in. I bought an actual disc drive so that I can actually play all them on the PC and stuff. So, yeah, there you go. That's my little brag there. Not me because I was born in the 21st century. Nice. Right. Show me where the staff preferences are, please. Go to staff, club staff responsibilities. That's where you go and do that. And then here, go to delegation, match day, friendlies is there. Delegate friendlies, confirm. There we go. Not open, so I haven't played it. What, it is? This is opened. It is open. I think it's just shiny because it's just shiny where the light's on it, to be honest. It is open, though, look. Any other questions, chat, about how to navigate to get to anything in-game? I can try and help. That might be the biggest thing here. Or go on, what is it? The FM help thing. Or what do they call it? FM advice or something. The new thing that they tweeted. That was good. If Wilson gets a work permit, we're going to get her on a free. Kadena have made... Oh, they've made a new bid for Kadena. Let's accept that. Now, on Kadena then, Ollie, let's test it. Could I go to... How do I go to bids here? How do I get to all of her bids? I think I probably have to go to transfer activity, don't I? If I go transfer activity and then go Leia Kadena, can I now cancel the Orlando Pride? I can. See, I'm kind of auctioning, but it's not quite as intuitive as it was before, basically. But if I now offer for 300 and lock it, technically what I've done there is auctioned it, haven't I? Let's get to a game. Yeah, I agree. That's why I just said no to the... Oh, go on, Joachim. Joachim's going to Brentford. My guy. Right, we've sold a player called Camera as well. That's why I said delegate for the friendlies, because I do want to get to a game. We have got, on the 17th, Manchester United away from home, so we'll get to that game. The in-game editor, I believe, is out, yes. So it's possible just longer, yes, exactly. Bayern Munich made a bid. So yeah, it is possible, because I've just done it here, look. Bayern Munich just made the bid, and I've gone off it, but... Leia Kadena did actually bid 300k, look. And then if I go to transfer activity again, I can then go and cancel the City one. And then also, do you know what? I'm going to say it. The auction lives on. Just about. The auction lives on. Joachim is actually a Brentford type signing. When I say that, I mean he's Danish. Yes. I'm surprised he's not been there already. Let's try for 400k for Leia and see if City come back for her as well. Sorry if someone's already mentioned it, but how long does it take to get used to the UI? I see some people saying like 10 to 15 hours. Definitely something to get used to. I reckon it's probably about that. I've played quite a lot, but I don't think I properly got used to it until I did that United video where I think the save was like, it was a 24-hour save. So I think it was during that time where I really felt like, oh, I just click this, I can get to this, I can get to this. And I don't know, it's a weird type of, I know the feeling that you're talking about. If you're in the game right now and it just feels like, I can't see, and I haven't got a feel for what my squad is or my team is. And I feel like it's all a bit much, but I don't really have an overriding feel about. It's very difficult to describe, but if that makes sense to you, I know how you're feeling. But it does get better because I've played for a bit longer and I don't feel like that anymore. Now I could tell you what like my Arsenal women's side looks like, or the men's side here a little bit more. Like, it does get better for sure. How much is Gay in this database? That's a good question. I think he's still quite a lot, even though he is going out of contract. I think his price is still high. Yeah, still massive. Look, I think that just makes you feel stupid. I get that. Yeah, where's season preview before where you can find best 11? Season preview does exist. It's in a really silly place, but if you go to Premier League, then go to stages, then go to season preview, it still does exist. Look, it's just in like 3 clicks on a card, but it is there. Look. 77 million for Gay. It's a lot, isn't it? Yeah. General pre-game edit isn't out yet. It comes out with the first with the full release. In your outer possession tactics, Rice is way too high. It should be Erdegaard there. I don't know. Do we even look at the outer possession tactic on there? He's there. I don't think you're right. I think you're looking on here. Again, that's definitely like that. I haven't changed that, and that's broken since then. I feel like this is definitely breaking because in possession, outer possession, Zubamendi's gone there. Yeah, this is being weird. But yeah, it wasn't Rice wasn't the problem. So who goes into in possession here? I want Eze to go up front with him, right? So Eze and Gyökeres, that's fine. And then I want, if he goes up front, I want either Rice, probably Rice or Erdegaard to go and play wide. So maybe if I swap Erdegaard to play this side and then out of possession, Erdegaard becomes that. That's what I want it to be like. So it looks like that on both. That's what I want it to be like, yeah. Also, side note, any other games beside FM you're playing currently? Daisy! Always, of course, though. He's in interchange with Zubamendi now. Yeah, there you go. So that's what I wanted it to be like. Although I kind of think that... Or do I want Madueke to go up front and defend there? Or be Saka, wouldn't it? Basically, that's the thing. But yeah, it kind of makes sense. The new FM is a lot. Yeah, can't you search for it? You can search for things, yeah. If you search for like screens, you can find them now. Like if you wanted to find training, you could search for training and it will bring you up your training stuff down here. Look, individual training, etc. So the search bar is your friend if you are really stuck. Yeah. Is there a limit on how many seasons you can play in the beta? No limit. You can play as much as you want and then it just carries on. This can become your normal save completely and normally. Yeah, not a problem at all. Erdegaard up front to defend and Eze dropping back to left mid, less running. I guess I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah, maybe. I see what you're saying. Do you plan on adding a skin? Don't know. Maybe. Maybe. It depends what the skins look like. It's hard to think about what a FM26 with a skin looks like at the moment. But yeah, maybe. Right. Do we want to... I'll tell you what. I want to try and sign... How much money have we got? We've got some left, right? I want to try and sign a player that I just think becomes really good and I want to have him. But I don't think... Oh, maybe he won't move now because he's only just moved there. Will Lennon Miller move here? No. That's one for the future. I might just save the money, to be honest, for January. Let's try and get to a game, I think. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be completely different. Oh, yeah, it'll be Leao as well. So have him up front. Yeah, that makes more sense. Can you show the reload skin area? I can't see it, thanks. What, in preferences? I assume it's in details. And then if we go to all... I've not done it before, so I'm not sure. But is there one now? It'll be in here somewhere, but I don't know. Can you reload the skin? Because it's just the same skin. You can turn on screen ID still. That's still a thing, but I don't know if you can reload the skin though. I'm not sure. Can you please try and explain your thoughts on the roles you've chosen? Sorry if I missed it. At the moment, no, just because I haven't chosen the roles. These are the preset roles, basically. Moneyball with pregnant women has failed. Yeah, we'll look at that in a second. Jesus Sale, I reckon, yeah. These, at the moment, for both teams, these are just the presets. So, I swear it keeps moving them, though. I literally just loaded in the 4-3-3 Gegenpress and the 4-3-3 control possession, and then that's just the same. It's just the same ones. That pop-up needs to be bigger. What the preferences one? It does, doesn't it? Trying to like scroll through on preferences for everything that you need is a bit silly when there's not like, when it's so small on there. Yeah, like, yeah, it does need to be bigger. It's like the text is really big, but the pop-up's too small. You're right. Her work permit has been denied. Is that because she's not going to be working? Because she's on maternity leave? Also, what maternity is she being paid if she doesn't have a contract? Like, if she doesn't have a club? We'll appeal and see if it works, but the Moneyball, the pregnant lady Moneyball save is maybe not going to be a thing that works. Marino's versatility is quite funny. Can he actually play in loads of positions, can he? I guess it makes sense, doesn't it? Right. Kadina's going to go to Bayern for 300k. It means we can go and buy another player, probably, for the women. The database setting thing right at the start is horrible. Which one? I don't mind that page, to be honest. It's based on game time. Oh, yeah, I suppose it is based on game time for the work permits. You're right. Am I missing something? Or is having a combined button for both in and out of possessions the least useful tactic view imaginable? Yeah. Especially when you've got both next to each other. I guess it just... I don't know when you'd ever see them in this shape, really. Because you're either in possession or not in possession. Very rarely you'd like transition in between the two. How you doing, Sinner? So yeah, and you can't really do anything with them on this one. So yeah, it is a bit annoying. I'd suggest trying to get used to having both on here is the way to do it. The bit where you scroll and it scrolls two things at once. I didn't have that, to be fair. Maybe then. Like where you choose the regions for the size of the database with the player from nations. Oh, I didn't have that problem. Maybe that's like a laptop thing rather than, I don't know. Not noticed it. But yeah, you're right. You got to restart your game once you put the faces in the graphics folder. Okay, cool. Shall we have a look at... Well, actually, I feel like we've got a pretty strong side here. Where would we want to sign a new player for this team? Bearing in mind, we've now got Diani on the bench. No, Max Dammon's not in the game. That should be definitely a command, shouldn't it? The amount of people that asked. Not your fault, but yeah. Max Dammon is not in the game, no. The combined screen allows you to change out a player and it applies to both tactics. That's true when you're in this one. If I was to move a player, but then I can, when I'm in possession, if I was to swap them, it would swap them on both anyway, look. So that kind of doesn't, I see what you're saying, but I don't think that actually makes a change. Swapping them between them is where it would apply to both on combined. So that's where it would be useful. I suppose you're right. So say I swapped, but not swapping with a sub, but swapping with a player that's also on the pitch. Otherwise, it would only swap them on in possession, then you'd have to do it in out of possession. So I suppose that's why, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. How expensive is Bonmati? I actually don't know. 1.6 to 2 mil. Could we? She's on 16k a week. Key attributes for roles just doesn't work. They don't really have attributes, do they? That's why. Because they've, like, staff now don't have attributes. They've got just words for them. So yeah, it's I've not even tried to do any, but I can imagine it'd be difficult. Like James Honeyman is just very good and outstanding rather than anything else. She's 1.4 to 1.6 because I'm buying her at the moment. If I use some installments, do you reckon we could sign Bonmati? 1.6 to 2 mil for me. And she wants pretty big wages. Let's see. We've got 300k. I'm not doing a staff rebuild, especially if it doesn't work. How you doing, Ian? I mean, just highlighting the important attributes for each player they don't highlight. Okay, yeah, don't know. That sounds annoying. 250k, 250k, 250k. No, I think it is a good thing. Having just the words, I think, is a good thing for the staff. I agree. It's more realistic, isn't it? Because, yeah, the wages will be a problem. I think so. How much wages? We've got 5k wages available. So, yeah, it's going to be an issue. That's 3 point... Okay, that was... I didn't realize it was that. I thought that was on 500k or 250k. If that's 500... And if we put that at 500, that's 1.6. We're nearly there. It was literally so close to what you asked for. Let's see. I think it makes it easier for the researchers as well, because that's true, actually. That is really true. Nice you have a job again. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, buddy. But yes, we're actually, look at us actually streaming in an evening of an evening. Late with Clayts. Okay. Offer a one. Oh, we could do that, couldn't we? 1 million for winning the Champions League or winning the Ballon d'Or or something. No response yet. I can't sell Trossard, and Jesus I can't sell because of his injury. So I think the men's side, I don't think we really need to sell anyone. Who do you recommend at left wing to sign for a top 6 club? Left wing. I mean, I've just signed Leao, so that's an option. Or there's like, I don't know, it depends which one of the top 6, but maybe like, it's not as unhinged here on YouTube. It really isn't late with Clayts. It's very sensible, actually. Thanks for being here, by the way. I know there's loads of people live right now, and there's loads of you watching. Thanks for choosing to start off FM26 with me. If you could like the stream, that really helps as well. And we're going to do more streams than usual, basically. I was going to say Semenyo, but then maybe Semenyo you'd use on the right hand side, but possibly Leandro Trossard for sure, man. Yeah, I don't know about that one. And also, yeah, she will actually, if I put £1 million future fee for winning the Ballon d'Or, she will actually win the Ballon d'Or, won't she? Right, Bonmati bid rejected. Let's see if I can do this. Let's try. Let's actually do it. If she wins the Ballon d'Or, you get 250k. They've said yes to that. I really hope she doesn't win the Ballon d'Or now, but I also hope she does, because that means she's done pretty well for us if she does. Why has Alanga got a mohawk then and Wissa has hair? And Buemo has a mohawk as well. So yeah, I don't really know. I assume that's something they're going to try and fix. Right, star player. Right. We can only offer 7k. Do we have any clauses we can sell? No. Oh, hang on. No, is the answer. I don't think we can afford Bonmati's contract. What silly business can I do in here then? Winning the Ballon d'Or, you get £71,000. Relegation release. Minimum fee release of 0 if we get relegated. 20 million you can go. Does this work the same as 24? Am I going to be able to do the Neymar contract? Exactly, Ollie said that already. Am I going to be able to do the Neymar contract here? You get 50% of next sale. Slightly worried that this one's probably not going to work. And it was. Any clauses? Only clauses out are the ones you put in. Just Clay's thinks it really is. Yeah, the club has got no debts and things until I come along and I'm like, yep, we'll have a few of those. Right. Wage after 5 games. You're up to 8k. That's exciting for you, isn't it, Aitana? What about if you win that? 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 If you win all of those things, you get 35k, 71k for each of them. Do you reckon I can make Arsenal women go bankrupt? Have you found a big tall quick striker to recommend yet? Yeah, but I can't remember his name. But yes. Did you where do you disable attribute masking? You do it when you set up the game, Boily. I can't even offer this. Why can't I offer this? Is that because is that too high or something? No. It's too far away. Why can't I offer this? Oh, exceeds max total commit. Right. Does it? Okay. I was like, why can't I offer this? All of them say exceeds max total competition and awards bonuses. Right, let's get rid of a few of these then. How many's too many? Right, there we go. I can offer that many. I was like, why is it not working? I don't get it. Why does it not work? Right, 10 million. All right, we're not getting Bon Mati. Who's the next best player in the world? That is so stupid, isn't it? Can I see Ballon d'Or, by the way? It's not called that, is it? Golden Ball. World Golden Ball, women's one. That's the men's. That's both. They're both the men's that pop up. Good. Excellent. Bon Mati keeps winning. Is Patea still playing? She's 31. Not for sale. We could, I mean, we could try. What do you think they would accept for her? Not 300k. Now, I didn't think it would work, but it's worth a try, isn't it? Just make the offer and just see. Let's just see. If Samco wasn't injured, she would be. Yeah, technically Nikki is right. Oh yeah, what, Mariona Caldente? Okay. Report bug. I agree. Report bug. It wouldn't let me offer all of those things. Does it show me who came runners up? And it does. Let me see Ballon d'Or again. Right. Mariona second. Alessia Russo third. Graham Hansen's there. Salma Paralueo. Sam Kerr. I mean, how much is Paralueo? 19 pace and acceleration. 5'9". 1.4 million. Have you made a tactic? Sort of. Bunny Shaw's very good in game, yeah. Sort of a tactic. I haven't really... I'm going to play a few games with it and then go from there, I think. But it's basically a preset at the moment, emotional. It's a 4-2-3-1 that drops into a 4-3-3, sorry, that drops into a 4-4-2. Sophia Wilson won't join us. Let's persuade her. I cannot agree with that. I'm far too valuable to be farmed out on loan. Well, listen, Sophia. I wasn't going to just farm you out. You are with child. You're with child. I'm willing to pay you a weekly wage for you to like be at home. Like really, it's a really good maternity package. And then when you're back to playing, you can come and play for us. This is a really good offer, Sophia. I really urge you to think again. If we've reached the stage where I'm quite blatantly being guilt-tripped into an agreement, we've reached the end of the line. Right, I've fallen out now. Now we've fallen out, so that's upsetting, isn't it? Sam, we're at left wing instead of Mead. I mean, it would be good, wouldn't it? How much is Salma Basha, by the way? Because she's a big favourite of mine. Where is she? Ah, it's Selma Basha. We don't need a left back, do we? But she's class. Can they get pregnant? I don't think players can get pregnant, but some players who are pregnant in real life are pregnant. HR's going to be all over it. Yeah. Samara has a low wage, does she? Paralueo. That's not how you spell it then, is it? Double L. She is only on 6k. Oh, this will be... What? Why not? What do you mean? Have I been banned? What do you mean? Why can't I sign her? Cannot sign Paralueo. Cannot be signed by Arsenal. Oh, I'm on the men's team. Right. That'll be why. That makes sense, actually. I haven't been banned for trying to sign pregnant ladies. Listen, they went through my head there. I thought that was going to be I was like, they're on to me here. No, that makes... I'm still on there. I just changed, didn't I? Okay, maybe that was actually what happened before. I don't know. Yeah, I was on the men's team. That's going to happen, I think, more than once. Right. I'm on the women's team. Can I sign them from now? She doesn't want to join. Well, I mean, no, because she doesn't want to join under any circumstances anyway. FFP there. Dodgy that. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Let's... When do we have a game? We must have a game soon, right? Confirm the captains. That's fine. They've already had a meeting with me. Grace Fisk. I haven't been banned from pregnant ladies. Right, they rejected my Pateas bid. That's rude. Maybe if I offer a bit more. Maybe not. Okay, I think that might be a pipe dream. I'm not sure it's going to happen. Oh, yeah, you wanted to check as well. Reece James. Does it list Lauren as his sister? No. Oh, no, it does. It does. Favourite personnel. Sisters. I'm not sure they're sisters. Like, I think it's just sister. But it does actually list relationships between men and women in the game. So, like, Lauren James is listed as Reece James' sister. Although it does say sisters. But still. That's fun, isn't it? What about Osholo? What to sign? Or maybe. She's at Al Hilal. I didn't know that. She is... I thought she'd be quicker than that. She's 30 now. Don't know. Sign under the men's team, loan to the women, Hacks 101. I think that is something we need to be just having a look at. Seeing if it's possible, because it could be quite useful for us, couldn't it? First charge done 2 hours into the new FM. Yeah. Yes. What does it say on the current pregnant women? It says unavailable due to personal reasons. Yeah. There's a game in... I thought I said Giuseppe Rossi then. We've got a game in 5 days. When's the first women's game? We've still got loads of friendly. We don't play that until September, so the first women's game isn't for ages. Well, Matty's quite annoying to negotiate with. Yeah, she wanted 18k a week for me. Can I take budget out of the men's team and just put it into the women's team? Because that could be good. Mary Fowler is only 1.2 million. Bargain. I haven't got 1.2 million. I've spent already, to be fair, with the Arsenal women's team, we have spent... In fact, that's the wrong thing. Transfer history. Oh, here's a new thing that you might not know is in there. If you sell a player, here, it tells you how much profit you make on a player. So we sold Leia Cadena for 300k. It was a 215k profit. That's good, isn't it? That's a nice little thing. Although I don't know if I love this screen, but it does tell you the totals here, look, which is good. Have we investigated any potential routes to financial fraud? Not enough, in my thinking. We've signed Diani and Stanway so far for just under $1 million each. Can you show how good Bunny Shaw looks? Yes. I'll tell you now. Very. There she is. Quite a good player. Reckon she might score a lot. Actually, I didn't ever actually look at how good Aguiman looks. Not Patrick. Yeah, considering she's 18, I reckon she's going to be quite good. Yep. I strongly dislike the new way to schedule friendlies. I don't think I've ever scheduled a friendly. I say that ever, as if it's been out that long. I don't think I've tried to schedule a friendly yet. Right, I feel like we're definitely going to lose to United. Hello. Real Madrid's step-up chase for Bukayo Saka. Does it say how much? 122 million. Okay. Does Aguiman have 5-star potential, does she? That's nice. If we get offered 122 million for Saka, what do we do? I imagine say no, but also could be quite a lot of nice money. Comparing players is awful. I also haven't done that, to be fair. Loads of. I mean, it's not that bad, is it? It's kind of like the same but different, no? Can I suppose I can't highlight the by role here, which is annoying. And I feel like I'm not sure what these bits at the top are doing. It feels unfinished rather than awful. It doesn't look, I mean, it doesn't look completely, I thought it was going to be worse by the way you said it, but yeah. Decline and wait for Saudi to offer 500, not a bad shout, yeah. Why are the women so strong and hardworking? Because they're women and they are goddesses, okay? Set pieces being where it is, it seems a no bueno. Yeah, I agree with that. I also, the set piece screen to set them up is just weird, to be honest. Like, it should be in, like, match day, I suppose it could be here, but I haven't even done it on here yet, have I? Let's do, what are we on, the men's team? Let's deliver near post, in swingers. Let's go balanced. Let's go do hybrid. Just near post. Let's go balanced and leave some forward. Because it's 2025, exactly. Possibly in a second. The oh, this is better than it was. They fixed it a little bit. This was way worse before. It's still not great, but it was worse before. Like, you actually couldn't even see all this stuff. I can't really be bothered to do all that now, but yeah, you just delegate. That's actually true. We've got like the guy. We can just delegate it to our guy, the little goblin. Also on the comparison, acceleration and pace is separate and on opposite ends of the polygon. Horrid. The polygon, I don't really understand all that much. Also, the normal polygon was one way and I never really used it that much, but for this year's game they just slanted it to the side and then they think they did put it back, but yeah, it was a weird one. I'm not really sure what the thinking was behind that. Odd, just odd, really. Okay, let's continue. Right, Liverpool have won 2-0. Frimpong and Salah. We play in 2 days' time. So that'll be the Friday game and we play on the Sunday, don't we? Yeah, it's so cool, by the way, that you've got like the official Premier League fixtures and they actually follow for the first season, they follow the actual fixtures. So now watching it, you kind of got like an idea of what's coming up. Like, I know Arsenal's start is actually tricky here because we've seen it, we've lived it, we've been through it, haven't we? Which is cool. I can't press continue in my save. Oh god. Young Jay, save the game, close it down, start it again and pray that it's okay. And that reminds me, I'm going to drop a save. Also, everybody playing, I've not even done this, but I highly suggest that you go here and go to preferences and go to not year, like that was for something else. Go to week at most and put on 10 file rolling autosaves and just save it really loads because it is a beta and it will crash. We've already had a crash today, so yeah. Am I being stupid? But didn't it have it like that 5-6 years ago? What, with the polygon slanted? Maybe. Also, remember to report your bugs. You've got a button at the bottom right that says report bugs. Click it. If things do come up, it is worthwhile logging it. I have never been as involved as I have this year in terms of like the bug reporting process and seeing things being fixed. They've set up a whole new system basically for creators. So when we have had access to the game this week, anything we found, we can directly report it back and then we can see where they're fixing it, and not even just bugs and stuff. Things like, for example, the instant result button wasn't going to be in the game at one point, or at least it wasn't in the game at some point, and then through feedback they decided to put it in the game. So like they are listening for sure, and I definitely wouldn't say that's why I know that things are going to be fixed and changed, because I've seen it firsthand actually happening. So yeah, can you check Fionn Morgan's attributes when you can, please? For you, yes. There she is. She looks pretty good actually. Yep. Right, we've got a game. Let's play the first game of the season. We have got, I don't know if I love Erdegaard as a channel midfielder. So where's Leao? Still injured, isn't he? Yep. Okay. Saka can come back in. Let's just change the roles. Let's make you the... Let's just play them on the wrong side. Do I want to do that? No, I actually don't want to do that. I want to swap them. So let's do Rice and Erdegaard. How did this is confusing now. I want Rice, Erdegaard. Who do I want there? I want Erdegaard there. I want Rice there. I want Eze. No, I don't. I want you there. Right, bear with me. This is how I want this. That's how I want that in out of possession. Erdegaard to push to there, and then I want Rice to drop into DM, and I want Zubamendi to go there, Eze to go there, and I want Saka to go up front. Like that. So it becomes like a 4 that's like slanted. So he drops down to here, Saka pushes up, and then Erdegaard goes over to that side. That's what I want it to be like. Erdegaard, we could move a bit higher, but I also think he will be, if you look, in possession, when we actually do have it in certain areas for like team instructions here, when we've got the ball on the outside of their box, he is just behind these guys, and I kind of don't hate that anyway. I actually wonder if we do want them both inverting here, but I suppose that's kind of normal. Also, why does it do that? Anyway, Erdegaard the better presser, surely. Is he? Than Saka? I feel like Saka's a really good presser, is he not? Saliba to right back out of possession. Oh, yeah. That is not deliberate. That's not deliberate. That's, I think, how I actually want it. It's very simplistic for now, but I kind of think keeping it simple to begin with and then tweaking it's the way to go. I might just look at some of the roles. So channel midfielder for Rice is fine. Advanced playmaker's fine. Wide, I kind of want Eze. Playmaking wing is probably the way to go, but I don't want him to move inside all that much. Just because we don't have any width from Lewis Skelly. Oh, you meant, in possession he's a centre mid. Yeah. Higher out of possession. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if I want to actually necessarily recreate the way that Arsenal actually do it, I don't think. I kind of want to think, although it's obviously going to be close, I think what they actually do works, doesn't it? So maybe it's that. Maybe we go playmaking winger for Eze. Wide forward. Wide forward actually kind of makes sense for Saka. If you actually look at the description, stays wide but is a goal threat and basically plays like a striker that's out wide. That kind of makes sense for Saka. Well, the problem is, yeah, maybe you want like Erdegaard to be higher and do this, but I'm not sure that's... But that means where you play him isn't going to work. Like it's going to be... It'll get messy from where they start to where then they go to out of possession. Like you could drop them... I don't know if that's... would make... Like if I swap them, there's going to be problems. I suppose there's not, because he just pushes up. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe Erdegaard comes in there, and then Saka drops to there, and Erdegaard just is like your front line guy. Maybe you put him in like there. But no, that's not really pressing then, is it? So probably change this though. I think tracking, so he comes back and helps though a little bit maybe. Yeah, I can't find it anywhere, James. I don't think it's in the game. I think you're right. They seem to just not be in there. That's something that's been fed back as well. Right, out of possession. I might just keep these simple, really. Now, let's make you defensive midfielder and make you the pressing midfielder. In possession, I want both of these to be ball players, I think. Like that. Do you know what? We're going to go with that for now. Maybe Saka should be, his teamwork is 17. Yeah, I think both of them could do the job for sure. Right, who's outside the team here? Let's put you on there and Madueke instead and do that. Right. I want to play a game, so... Oh, I still pick someone outside them. Oh, it's Norgard. How do I unpick Norgard? There we go. Okay, still picked. Whatever. I've seen TOF, but I'm in the game at the moment. It's in recruitment somewhere. Okay, so does he still suggest players? Maybe. As a former teacher, I'm sure you recognise my delight that the beta is released during my 2-week October half term. Is it half term? Is it actually? That's very cool. It used to always be during half term. The fact that I don't even know that it's half term now just goes to show how that's like completely gone from my mind. But yeah, it was the best when they used to do it during half term. So I'm glad that, I guess it's the same now, but yeah. Right, there's the United team. Sesko, Cunha, Fernandez in their front three. There's the Arsenal team. This looks good, right? Especially the pre-game, like little pictures and stuff. Graphics is what I'm looking for there. I think it looks really nice. And obviously we've seen quite a lot of this already, haven't we? But yes. Here we go. There's Mickey the Zubs. This is giving me a little bit of vertigo, but yes, still. You're so out of the loop. So out of the loop, aren't I? Are there opponent instructions? I don't know. I assume so. There's player instructions, so I assume it's on those, but yeah. Right. That was a weird big line. I'm also on only comms, I think, which is not great for this. Let's go key. Let's go like that. Let's not do dynamic, but let's go broadcast. Let's do it like that. Only teach FM. Yeah, true. Right. Let's go really quick in between because, to be honest, I said I was going to stop at 11 and it's now 12 minutes past, but we move. It's okay. First highlight. That's still a little bit quick. Do 1.25. Prem graphics look incredible. Such an upgrade. It really is an upgrade, isn't it? Saka into Erdegaard. Into Saka down the right-hand side. Can we score our first goal of FM26? It's Erdegaard. He's put it wide. That's a really good chance. Probably should have scored, to be honest. I like putting this down and out the way as well. Will beta saves receive bug patches? They'll still receive bug patches. Exactly the same. This will become the game once the full game releases. Don't love that. Look how easily he's just passed that through to Mainu there. That might be something we need to look at tactically because that was shockingly easy. Have I got it on full graphics, by the way? I put my graphics quality down. That's why. I thought that didn't look great. Let's put it back up to high. It looks so much better. The lighting's so much better. I think we did that in the stream the other day, didn't we? The rain looks awful, but hopefully they update it later in the year. Yeah. It just looks like it's in front of your eyes only, doesn't it? There is no 1.5 option. No. Just 1.25 and then 1.75. Weird. Cunha for Sesko, headed away by Gabriel. Here goes Gyökeres. He's got so much pace on the ball like this, hasn't he? It's very good play from Gyökeres. Good tackle, but Eze. Erdegaard. Saka, he's not in. It is weird, isn't it? Right a bit higher? Yeah, might be the answer. Gyökeres into Eze. 1-0 to the Arsenal. God, that feels weird to say. Get in. Gyökeres assist. Eze gives us the lead. Lovely stuff. It's a nice goal as well. Eze, little chest down. Into Rice. Into Gyökeres. Round the corner. As simple as that. I think I'd play 1.5 as well. I think that is the exact setting I'm missing. Yeah, the classic Eze afro there that he's got. Yeah, it's weird. Right, we lead off to 14. Here come United with Luke Shaw. Yeah, because if we have a look where they are now, Rice is in there. You've got Gyökeres dropping in a little bit. And I assume... Why can't I click names, by the way? They've started Aiden Heaven. That's fun. Is that Erdegaard gone wide there, then? That's a horrible missed tackle. Space for Dallo. That's a goal, isn't it? It is. Luke Shaw scored a header. It's 1-1. Interesting. Get used to it because you'll be saying it twice as much. Yeah. Menus... That's true, actually. Menus are so confusing. They'll get easier, SJ. They will get easier. I'm like 1 times now, but over time it will get faster. Yeah. Have you had any games stopped at halftime? I had second half not starting twice in 3 games. Oh, really, Dario? No. But this is the first game I'm playing in the beta, so on this particular build, no. But we'll see. Right, we had the lead, and now we're back at 1-1. Can you sign players to cover like in FM24? Yeah. All of the instructions for like tactically are still... The Sesko's made it 2-1. Right, we're 2-1 down immediately here. That's worrying. It's worrying that United have scored twice in 22 minutes, but I feel like we haven't done loads wrong there, but they've just had 2 chances, two attacks and scored twice. I'm hoping FM24 UI option soon. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, unless somebody makes it, but even then, I have a feeling that the way that the game is built is going to make it really hard for skins to really change it all that much. Eze, this is good football. Rice for 2-2. It is 2-2. Declan Rice has scored. What a weird game of football. Mickey does subs out. Get Jill in for both. I agree. No, it's all right because Mickey Zubs has made it 2-2 now. It's a nice little bit of football, like, isn't it? Little one-touch football in and around the box there. We're not very wide, but that's probably because of the roles that I've got players playing. It's a weird finish. Outside of the foot from Declan. Yeah, no shouts. I think people will forget that shouts ever existed at some point, though. I get it because I think it's a gained muscle memory and you feel like maybe you've got less control of things to do, but I sort of only did shouts because I felt like I had to be. Otherwise, you weren't, you know, they, like, even if they weren't making much of a difference. Whereas I don't think unnecessarily I would be just shouting things. I wasn't doing it like I should encourage them now. I was doing it because I was like, I know that you should encourage at this stage. Saka wide. He's gone for a throw. Yeah, I can't berate when losing. No, do you know what, Demetrius? I agree with that. The UI isn't, I don't think it's performing as well as it should be. Go back and play old games, and maybe even if your PC isn't like, or laptop isn't the best, it's still way snappier than like the micro pauses in between screens on here. I fully agree with you on that. That is maybe my biggest bugbear of the game so far, is that I don't think it actually performs that well. Like, you click something and then you wait for it to open, and it feels like everything has like that little micro pause in between it. But I've always, since I've been playing the game, I've also been under the impression that that'll get fixed type of thing, because it's not clearly not designed to be that way. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that is just going to be the case. But yeah, I do agree with that. Saka. Have you seen the USA bug? I haven't. What's the USA bug? Timber for 3-2. Saka beats his man. Goes near post, and it's saved from the keeper onto his own legs there. Any other ways to motivate during games since shouts are removed? No. I think people massively overestimate the amount that a manager can motivate during games, though. Like, you still get halftime team talk. You still have your subs and stuff. You can still change your tactics. Like, I don't think in real life, I get it, like, you want to be able to do stuff. I don't think in real life players can hear Arteta going, "Go on, lads," and think, "Do you know what? I will go on. Thanks, Mikel." Like, at this level of football anyway, right? I can't highlight everyone in my shortlist to scout. No, that's the thing. You can't highlight. You can't drag down on your mouse to highlight everything. To highlight multiple things. That is true. The game thinks that the USA speaks Spanish and no English. Does it? That's hilarious. That is ridiculous. I hope a lot of the UI bugs will get fixed by November the 4th. That's definitely what they're working on. So yeah, I agree. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Right, can we go and win this game? There's 15 to play. We do have decent subs, don't we? So Saka's not playing great. So let's do Madueke. 6.51 from Lewis Skelly. I mean, I don't think it'll make a big difference going forward, but let's do Calafiori. Just maybe he might score a header or something. Let's do... Should I bring Marino on just because he might score? Maybe. Why's the music stopped? The music stopped. Let's play Rice deeper and just bring Marino on, because he also might score a header. If it was realistic, you can only communicate with those that are near the dugout. Yeah, that type of thing, right? But I also understand that feeling of feeling like you want to be able to do something, but you haven't got a means to be able to do it. I get that frustrating as well. This might be a goal. Mason Mount scored a header. I think we're going to lose on the opening day here, which is not great. Calafiori won't make a difference going forward. Clayts is a disgrace. I don't think Calafiori is going to make a difference going forward. I think I'm about to be proven right, though. Whether you think that's IRL a thing or not, I'm talking about in-game, aren't I? I'm happy to be proved wrong, but I'm not sure Calafiori is going to score here. And if he does, it's a great clip. Madueke. Get to the back post. Calafiori, it's Eze. Here he is. He's got the ball. Prove me wrong, Ricardo. He's beat his man. Get the assist. Oh, he did it. See, I told you. I told you he wasn't going to. He's not good enough. Actually, a good chance. Right, can we go... let's just go slightly longer. Go direct and... Also, what else can I do? Let's go like attacking. And can we push? Let's push Erdegaard higher. Do you know what? Let's try something. 5 to play. We're about to lose to Manchester United. I need to shout berate. Is that Old Trafford in? United are good in game. I think I've already proven that by the video that we did. Right, having a shocker. He is, yeah. 5.8. Right, we've lost. There's work to be done. We need to sign more players. Sign more pregnant women. No, sorry. No, ignore that bit. We've lost to United. That's a sackable offence on its own, isn't it? 1-0 up as well to lose 3-2. I don't want to pay that. Eze scored in his debut at least. Right. Calafiori 8 finishing. Get me on the phone to the researcher. That's true, actually. Yeah. Right, chat. That is where we will leave it for today because it's very late and we've gone way past. We did 2.5 hours and I said I was going to do 2, but still. Thank you so much for hanging out for the first time on FM26. Sacked in the morning. I agree. We'll be back on... If not, what day is it tomorrow? Friday. Probably Saturday morning, Sunday morning, I think. I might try and do both morning streams this weekend to try and get back into a bit of a rhythm. And then do video stuff tomorrow and go from there, basically. So, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for hanging around, for contributing in the chat. Please leave a like on the stream if you haven't done so already. And have a lovely rest of your... Enjoy the game. Get used to play more. Get used to it. And yeah, I'm sure it's going to be great for everybody. But yeah... Happy FM26 day, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. Say bye. Bye.